memorial service for a rapper shot dead.
A 21-year-old was found dead on his tour bus before a show at the Rock in central Tucson last night. Authorities say Lil Peep could have possibly overdosed.
The street shit will escalate to a point where you're not going to order.
All right. What's up, everybody? Here on the stream, I'm trying to fix some lighting here. There we go. See if we get it right. There we go. Got to get that light right for y'all. Kind of an impromptu after Christmas stream. Welcome aboard, everybody. Dre Sanchez here, the motivated sim pilot, back at it again. Here we are again in Taipei, Taiwan. Want to say Happy New Year to everybody before I forget. Thanks for joining me on the last stream if you joined me. If not, welcome aboard. Thanks for stopping into the channel. Hopefully we do things right today. You can see here in Taipei, Taiwan, we got a little bit of rain. My boy, Chief Sim Pilot, actually did a flight today in this area, not Taiwan, but Japan, and it was raining up a storm, but he did a fine job, so shouts out to you, big dog. All right. Here we go. Let's jump on board. All right. Here we are, nice and rainy. Let's quiet the music down slightly. That way you fine folks can hear what I'm talking about. All right. Let's figure out where we're at here. And let's go ahead and get some power on the aircraft, of course. You know I like to do it from ground zero, because you guys are my hero. You guys didn't even know I'm a poet, didn't know it. All right, cliche, I know, but yet it is what it is up top. Let's go ahead and jump this power on. There we go. All right. Arm these emergency lights. Get these chimes on auto. Fasten seatbelts on auto. And a shout out to you guys with another one. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn our logo light on. We're going to turn this on to steady. We're going to come all the way up top, of course. Go ahead and get our IRSs going here. 1 and 2. Alright, on back down, on back down. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope Santa Claus, Saint Nick, aka you, aka your bank account, was able to handle the Christmas holiday, which I'm pretty sure you were. Hope all that went well for everybody. Alright, let's clear this same tired message out. And we are at Romeo Charlie Tango Papa, which is the Taipei, Taiwan Airport, Tuyan Airport. And let's go ahead and set this IRS location so we can start aligning, which we will most certainly do. Alright, and let's come back over here and start getting it in. Alright, doors are open for loading. We need to go ahead and set up the fuel. So let's do that now. Let's do that now. Hey, Flight Simulator 4723. Yo, 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 what's up? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. Hi, honey. Thanks for checking in, everybody. I hope we have a great flight. We're doing 2 legs today. Taipei, Taiwan to Xiamen, China, and then on to Hong Kong. Each of the legs are under an hour. Should be. So it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to get her done. Let's go ahead and pretty much max out the aircraft payload. Alright, while we keep bouncing our head a little bit. Actually, let's go back. Let's get that. Let's see. We didn't want 15 there. We need at least 34. We know we like a full plane, of course. We'll do 35 here. And 35 here. Alright, alright. Cargo forward. We're going to do about $5,000 in each one. Let's see. We'll do a little less in the back. Alright. Okay, it looks good. Here's our center of gravity right now, so I'm happy about that. Alright, let's come back over here and get this fuel on board. Alright, I ain't going to be doing a whole lot of showing the flight plans today for brevity, so we can make it happen. Today we need 15,321 pounds of fuel on board. So you know what that means to me. That's 15,500 pounds of fuel. I'd like to round up. Even though I did add an extra 1,000 pounds of fuel in there, that's just how I get down. Landing weight, center of gravity will all be configured once we throw everything up in here. So we're good there now. And we can actually call the fuel truck. There's our payload. I like it. Center of gravity is right where I want it to be. And we don't need to worry about that page. So let's go ahead and call the fuel truck on over. Rover, won't you come over? Alright. What else we got going on here? We still got the IRS aligning, of course. And we should get the aircraft, as you can see here, down in the tanks. It's already got 10,000 something pounds in, so it's gonna fill up right to where we want. So it doesn't have much more to go, folks. In the meantime, let's go ahead and file our flight plan on VATSIM, because your boy didn't do it yet. So let me make a connection to VATSIM, and we'll go ahead and get that done today. We are flying Xiamen Airways today. If you saw the wonderful livery, and I truly went even looked online how to pronounce it, even watched YouTube how to pronounce it. It's Xiamen. I don't want to have any disrespect to my fellow Chinese brothers and sisters, so I'm trying to pronounce it right. Let's go ahead and jump down and do this flight plan while she's still aligning. You can see this was our last route. I have not flown since, so let's make it happen. RCTP is where we're at. We are going to ZSAM. Zygao is our alternate. Our departure time today will be 30. Well, let's see. Let's try that again. 0130. Time en route for this first leg is 55 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and jump this in here. Like I said, we're trying to make it super quick, y'all. You know I normally show all the flight plan and all that on there, so maybe we'll show it once we get airborne, but I don't want to belabor the situation. All right, and fuel on board, we've got about 3 hours of fuel. All right. And we are doing flight level 360. Let's get rid of this madness. And let's go ahead and copy in what we need to copy in, peeps. All right. Anybody out there in the chat got anything to say? Let me know. Otherwise, we're going to keep it rolling. Flight Sim, I'm going to stream X-Plane in 6 days, the A320 JetBlue. All right, I'll be looking at you, Flight Simulator 4723. I got you, Papa. All right, let's keep bouncing here. Let's get rid of these directs. And we can get rid of this, let's see, it looks like it's an extended. On the flight plan, sometimes it gives us the longs and the lats as well. We don't need that. So let's get rid of that. All right. Charlie A, Charlie, MKG, Apaka, and APA 91A. Those are some names, don't you agree? All right, let's file that flight plan. It's disappeared. We are filed and official now, baby. All right, so while the IRS is still aligning, we're going to get some other stuff situated. But let me go ahead and check the weather. I will do that with you fine, wonderful folks today, simply because it's raining and we need to know which runway we're taking off of. So you know I'm coming right on over here to our trusty dusty flight aware. Check on Tuyan International and see what's crack-a-lacking. All right, Tuyan International. Here is the latest MEDAR. So the winds are out of the east, so we'll be taking more than likely runway 5 left. QNH is 1017. Outside temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, so it's fairly warm here. Warm enough for thunderstorms, I would say. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We got a few clouds at 1,200, scattered at 4,500, and broken at 9,000. Flight Simulator 4723 says he's streaming in 5 days. 5 days, folks. His handle on YouTube, Flight Simulator 4723. Check him out. Subscribe to him. Check out his content. I just subscribed myself too. So not only am I a preacher, I'm a practicer. All right, folks, you can see the IRS is all aligned there, so we can keep rolling here. Now let's put in our trusty 122 in case anybody is making any call outs while we're here. Let's turn out our nav radio 2. We don't need that on. There we go. Or at least not to hear or transmit, since we're only focused on Unicom and there is no ATC on board right now. Let's come down here and start putting in this route. You can see Taiwan, Tuyan International was already in there. So now we go into China. Time to leave the Taiwanese shores and head out. All right, we are flight Xiamen Airways 318. Good thing we don't have ATC, because I would be totally butchering the name for sure, no doubt. Next page, let's go ahead and get our departure and arrival. We will be departing, of course, and let me pull my flight plan back up. It's the Charlie 1. No transition, and the only runway that it's actually even given me is 5 right. So I lied to you guys. I guess we taking off on 5 right. All right, back to the route that's in there. Then we can go ahead and put in MKG. Let's see, and this is the reason why it gives us the actual lat and long. So now this is where I reference my flight plan. I don't need the lat and long in there, even though it would help. Let's see, so it's Magong. So once you know the actual name of your VOR, they all have names or fixes. The fixes are usually just a 5-letter, it is what it is, but the VORs are all named something for sure. So it's Magong, so we're going to select the first one, and then after Magong, of course, it's time for top of descent, and then it's on to Apaka. That's Alpha, Papa, Alpha, Kilo, Alpha. All right, that's a fix. So we're going to plug that in. And then, of course, now we go in right into the departure and arrival, and we are arriving on the APA 91A. So APA 91A, you better pay attention if you're flying not in the United States, because all of these stars and SIDS, they're all very close in terms of their nomenclature. So back to the route. That should be plugged in there. Bada bing, bada boom. The rest we'll worry about. So let's go ahead and activate that bad boy. Let's go to our performance initialization. On board today we do have, let me check my final reserves. Today on board we have about 6,000 pounds of reserves and cost index, which again I didn't even program it. They got us at a cost index of 61. So aquí está. And we are gonna fly flight level 360 as promised. There we go. Transition altitude here, it is saying is 13,000 feet. I beg to differ, so we're gonna have to also switch that up. Anytime you want to know the transition altitude, you can just go to ILS chart. I use the approach charts, and the transition altitude is in fact not 13,000 feet, but it is 11,000 feet. So let's execute that, but let's change that. Now we have that information plugged in. All right, outside temperature, again, we said it was 19 Celsius is close enough. Said it was 2019 will work. And then of course takeoff, we're going to be taking off full complement. We can go ahead and I'll do a takeoff flaps 10. Let's see for the weather. And of course, I do need to go back also in and make sure they know that it is a wet runway. So let's see before I do that. Let's go previous. It's wet. So we need to indicate that it is a wet runway. Of course. Now we can come back over here and confirm our V speeds. So remind me, flaps 10, and we need to get our trims to 3.75. Of course, don't know what language I want to speak in today. All right, up to flight level 360. Let's just hold that bad boy. There we go. All right, and let's get our flight directors on, of course. And I'll worry about the rest on pushback, which we haven't planned. Let's go ahead and plan our pushback really quick, folks. One thing I'm gonna do right now for all you people that watched one of my flights, I'm gonna fix all the failures right now. Because last time we had a situation, fix all systems. Boom, I'm tapping it. Last time we had a situation where it got pretty ugly. And let's also go to the AVTAB. Go back. Let's see here. Save and load configuration. Let's see. Failures. We don't want any. Fix all failures. Clicking on that like 10 times. We don't want any failures today, folks. We just want some smooth flying. All right. Go back to ground services here. We'll just assume that all passengers are now on board. So let's go ahead and close whatever we have open. I think we're opening. Close, 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 and close. There we go. We should be all buttoned up at this point. All right. Shouldn't be anything open at this point. Let's go out and just take a quick peek. All right. You can see everything is all buttoned up and closed to my liking. Sweet. So let's plan our better pushback at this point. All right, who else we got stopping in? The thrust master doesn't arrive for delivery. All right, we got Flight Simulator 4723 that he's hoping that his flight yoke and equipment shows up on time. I'm hoping for you too, because I'm interested in seeing that, of course. Gotta support. All right, so let me just do this one real quick thing. All right, guys, so we're on this side of the field. I was hoping for 5 left, but our departure calls for 5 right. So essentially, we're going to push back. We're going to do nose to the right or left as we're looking at it, right if we're orientated in the aircraft. And then we'll go ahead and take this taxiway. We can get on Whiskey 2 to looks like, which turns into Quebec 2. And take that down to Sierra. Take a right one. Looks complicated. Not complicated, but it's a lot of mumbo jumbo there. So I'll monitor that. We'll make sure that we don't turn on the wrong taxiway for whatever reason. So let's plan our better pushback and let's get up out of here, guys. So we can most certainly do what we need to do. So we're just going to come right here. There is no traffic, but we will let folks know that we are pushing back from gate Delta 5. Onto the taxiway here. All right. I like it.
Got the directions.
Too
Let me know
easy.
through the menu when you're ready.
We most certainly will do that. All right, guys. So we're not doing too bad. Let's come down here, of course, and let's get our squawk code in. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start this APU. Like I said, I'm just running through it right now, trying to get us out of here. All right, all right. Yep. Doing well so far. We're going to see here this exhaust gas temperature. is going to go up. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the APU to kick on, we will most certainly start putting in our flight altitude, which is flight level 360. You can see it's becoming active, and the landing elevation in Xiamen is 59 feet. So what you're going to get here is a 50. Booyah! So that was pretty easy. Now we can also, while the APU is deciding to come on up, we will most certainly come over here and turn some lights up. Could get dark up in here. All right, get that panel. Now you can see the panel lights coming on nice and bright. I like them bright. I like a bright aircraft, unless it's night flight and you're landing on final. You want those lights as dark as can be so you can see what you're doing. All right, let's get the APU connected. Let's get rid of our ground power, and now we can turn our fuel pumps on and all that good stuff. We can turn our hydraulics on, and we'll leave the rest off, including the yaw damper. But let's get that APU bleed on. The isolation valve is already open. You can see we have duct pressure going in. That is a good sign. And let's of course get our anti-collision light on, because we are about to start our pushback. GPU disconnect, clean and clear. I like it. We're doing a real quick one here, folks. We're not belaboring it whatsoever. All right, better pushback. Let's go ahead and get you crack-a-lacking.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right, Chiefs and Pilot, what up, what up, what up? How are you doing? Good to see you in the stream. I enjoyed your stream today, brother. You motivated me to do one today, and I knew I needed to do one today. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and do one today after watching your stream. Great stream. Loved it. Very entertaining. You landed it. That's all that counts. So that's what we're going to do here today. Look at that. The rain stopped. We might be in luck, folks. All right. She's plugging up. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at our runway heading so I can program that in. And actually, I'll go ahead and look at our standard instrument departure, which again, we are leaving on the Chalia 1. Which is, if we would have chose the 1C, right. That's like 5 left.
The hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
As you can see that, so that's what it is. If we would have chose the 1 Charlie, which my flight plan didn't give me, that would have been 5 left. But we got Charlie 1A, 5 right. So here's what we're gonna do: direct to TP060, decoy until established on track Novus cross summer at above 4,000. So that is our call. So if we really wanted to fly runway heading, essentially what we could do is plug it in right now. So runway heading is 54 degrees. So let's go ahead and just get that on now while they're doing their thing out there. So let's go ahead and get 54 degrees in, just in case we have to take over and continue to fly runway heading.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, and I believe we are ready to go. Bam! Pushback should be starting.
Light them up.
All right, all right. And so let's go ahead and get 54. Oh, wrong way. Again, welcome aboard, everybody. Appreciate you joining the stream. We just gonna rock out and do it real easy today. Flight directors are on. All right, I know I'm not doing the checklist. Don't yell at me. Don't scream at me. All right, QNH is 1017. So let's handle that. All right, folks. Let's first of all switch it over to where it is QNH. And it's 1017. Correct. Correct. First officer side, or in other words, your side. Let's get that QNH switched over. And 1017. Don't forget, transition altitude today is 11,000 feet. And don't forget our trims, folks. Now we need a trim is saying a 4, flaps 10. So let's come down here and let's get that trim situated to 4. Who am I to disagree? We did tell them it was a wet runway. Even though it stopped raining, the runway is still going to be wet. All right, push it on back. All right, folks. And I think we're doing good. Let's get this first officer side on there. All right, she's pushing back. You guys will be sitting on this side today. If there is any in-flight entertainment, it's going to come right on this headrest. Just FYI. Just FYI. This is your headrest right here. This will be your window. So, you know, we are going to be good to go. All right, all right. Let's make it happen. Pushing back onto that active taxiway. There are no aircraft here, so I'm not even going to make an announcement. That's right, I'm a rule breaker. All right, this taxiway is actually November Papa. Looks like we got Evergreen out there. About to say, I thought the tug guy, I thought he was drunk. He made a little curve there. I'm like, wait a minute, we asked to be straight on the line. See what he's doing.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
All right, parking brake is set. You guys can see.
We're disconnecting the tow.
We're
Give me
off.
just a moment.
You got it. All right, let's go ahead and get these engines on and popping. We're gonna go ahead and start number 2, which is the right side engine. All right, we're looking for 25% on N2. 25% on N2. Come on now. All right, all right. Let's go ahead and disconnect that while we're at it. And introduce that fuel. All right, let's get this bad boy to RTO. Rejected takeoff. Can see our route there. All right. We're going to wait for
we're
this.
Disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
There we go. Let's go ahead and put that on continuous. We can go ahead and start that left engine. See, in the meantime, let's get that yaw damper on. Booyah. Yaw damper's coming on. All right, what we got there? And it looks like we do have some fuel in the center tanks. Let's get them on. All right, we got our 25% up and at them. Flaps coming down to 10 degrees. Let's make sure that's set into 10. And it is. Now we'll make sure it's going to indicate. All right, 5 more degrees. Boom. All right, you heard that engine knob go off just like I did, so let's put it on there. Now we can get our generators on. All right, APU is off, but before we turn it off, let's go ahead and jump up top for a little bit of a better view. Let's get our packs on. Bleeds off, isolation valve can close, or we'll just put it to auto. Now we need to go up and get our trim air. Let's turn that APU off now. All right, now we can get our window heat on and our pitos on and our trim air. Boom. Everything up top to me is looking good. How about y'all? Am I missing anything? Let me know. Let me know. If not, we make a mistake. We in this together. It's like COVID. little COVID joke. Don't take it too serious. We just having fun here. Keep it light. Don't take yourself too serious. All right, folks. Let's go ahead and do our flows here. We have flaps to 10 RTO runway heading set in. We are going to go ahead and put this at about 195 knots just in case we do flight level change instead of VNAV. Let's go ahead and observe the flaps level. The flaps 10 speed is 210, so we're definitely adherent to that. Flight directors are on. QNHs have been set. The only thing we need to do is set that in our standby altimeter here, of course. All right, and we said that was 1017, so it's also in our standby. Guys, I think we're looking good. And like I said, I'm not doing the checklist today. I'm living on the edge. All right, let's get a couple more lights on. Panel lights, we want those bright. A little bit of background. Boom. Let's also come down here to the lower pedestal. Where you at? There we go. Flood on. Let's get that panel bright. There we go. All right. And I believe, folks, we're ready to go. Let's get the runway turnoffs on and the taxi. And we're ready to go, folks. Tuyan International, Xiamen Airways Flight 318 is pushed back from Delta 5 on November Papa. We'll be taxiing on over to runway 05 right for Tucson traffic. All right, let me check the chat. Nobody said anything. I think I'm doing good. All right, let's go ahead and get this takeoff in order. All right. Parking brake is released. Let's make sure that transponder's on too. See, you guys are slipping. You guys are supposed to be helping me. All right, transponder's on. We good to go. So hopefully we have no failures today. Rain is back. All right, rain is back. Just get it on intermittent there, just on this side for now. All right. We'll go for a sterile cockpit, of course, once we take off. I feel like I'm sitting super close here. All right. We got an object here. Must be something with the scenery. All right, folks. We're looking for a good one today. We got 2 legs. Last time we were supposed to do 2 legs. They're doing some construction over there. Perhaps maybe this taxiway was closed. Maybe that was why up, but I didn't get any. I didn't read the NOTAM, which is notice to all, or in my case, notice to none. We breaking the rules today. No checklist. Aha, so it was. Looks like it was closed, and I did it anyway. So excuse me. All right, slow down here on our little turn. She's taxiing fast today. All right. Let's see. Let's slide back a little bit. I feel like I'm super close to the seat. There we go. All right, we're going to taxi right on over. Let's see. We will do our LNAV. All right. Everything is looking stable. Tap the brakes really quick, slow her down slightly. And it looks like we can come all the way over to Sierra. There, that's much better. My track IR has been acting up funny kind of lately, so excuse me for that. All right, folks. It's almost business time here. Time to do what we came to do. All right. Let's get both those wipers on today. Again, thank you for joining me on this flight. Let's go ahead and knock the music off for now. All right, sterile cockpit. Again, hope everybody's doing good. We're about to make it happen here. We'll go full runway. Tucson International Traffic. Xiamen Airlines 318 will be departing from runway 5 right. 5 right. Tucson traffic. All right. Going all the way down here. Now, last time we took off, first indication of problems was landing gear didn't want to come up. When I pushed G, which I haven't mapped it to anything except my keyport G, so we'll see how things go this time. All right, let's go ahead and just basically come to a little crawl here, if you will, and let's get everything up top we need. We'll get the wing
Flight
on.
attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Yep, flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff. All right, folks. Final looks clear.
Have a good flight.
They say the cabin is secure, so you guys must be behaving in the back. All right. Just ease on up. Go ahead and get the auto throttles on. And got our chronometer on now. We are on the runway. And there is somebody else here. I see him over there now. All right, folks. 40%. Takeoff power. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed is alive.
80 knots.
80 knots. Cross check.
V1. Rotate.
Alright, we got rotate. Nice and easy off the deck.
Positive rate.
Positive rate. Landing gear is coming up. Alright, we got 400. First stage of flaps coming up.
1,000.
Still hand flying. Alright, let's jump on that autopilot. Simply because my mouse is messing up. Let's go for level change. Alright, let's bring that speed up slightly. We're going flaps 1, folks. Let's get the taxi runway turn off lights off, which I should have done before, but you know what? No big deal. Alright, we are in the autopilot feature, and we are getting ready to make our turn as we enter this cloud layer. So take off a little bit better. Of course, my mouse, as you guys saw, it was sliding up, so my flight controls were kind of messing up. Alright, we're going to stick at this speed here. Jump it up slightly. 215. As soon as we get up, we're going to go flaps all the way up. You can turn those windshield wipers off now. They're not doing any good. Taiwan International, Xiamen 318, clear runway 5 right and climbing unrestricted up to flight level 360, Taiwan International. Alright guys, we've started our turn. Not that we have a visual reference, simply because we are in the clouds. Alright, flaps are coming all the way up, folks. Let's put the landing gear in the off position. Let's come over here so we don't have any problems. There we go. Landing gear is in the off position. Flaps are up. Let's go to our full climbing speed now. 250 under 10,000 feet. She'll pitch down to catch that. And not doing too bad, folks. Let me check y'all out in the comments here. Toga. Alright, everybody's looking good. Hope y'all enjoyed that little takeoff. Like I said, we're trying to get out of here pretty quickly. We got 2 legs to do today, so and this is a pretty short flight in itself, so we're probably going to spend most of it doing some planning and going from there. Don't forget, guys, right after we turn the lights off at 10,000 feet, let's clear that windshield up a little bit. All right. And we'll have to get up and make sure the aircraft's going to ice itself, de-ice itself correctly from all that precipitation. So, let's make sure we have everything on here. Strobes are up. Everything is looking good. Pumps, da-da-da-da. And let's get some anti-ice off here. I'm always paranoid about that. Let's see what she says. And everything is good to go. Coming up on 9,400. Once we get above the 10,000 mark, we'll pick up some speed, of course. We'll go to 280 on the indicated airspeed target. And also get our landing lights off. So 280. And let's go for landing lights off, of course. Clean up top. Everything is off. Then, of course, we'll watch that center pump. Once this gets certain enough, we're going to get indication that we can turn those pumps off.
Seatbelt sign is still on. Please remain seated. When the captain does turn off the sign, feel free to stand up and stretch your legs at that time. However, we do ask while you're in your seat.
All right.
Seatbelt fast, but
All right, Chief Sim Pilot, I'll be here. Take your time, brother. Thanks for joining us, of course.
Please make certain all your personal belongings are free and clear of the aisles. You may now use all approved personal electronic devices.
All right, so now we passed 11,000. We can hit that transition altitude.
There are other alcoholic beverages for purchase.
And of course, we need to come here to standard. Back to 1013. There we go. Standard pressure for QNH. And we're going to keep climbing, guys. Not too bad, so hopefully our arrival is just as seamless as our departure was. We even started our clock today. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm remembering stuff, even not using the checklist, which again shouldn't be this way. All right, rejected takeoff. Brake is coming back to the off position. And let's monitor this climb at the same time as we start planning. Again, it's a very short flight. Again, thanks for everybody checking in with me. And let's keep doing what we do. Right now I'm looking up top at my second screen so that I can most certainly put in the next airport and start getting the weather on board. Alright, winds are basically northeast at 5 meters per second. QNH there is 1018, not a big disparity from where we were. Alright, we are cruising on course now, so let's do a few things here. Let us straighten up our heading. I always like to have that heading straight, just in case. Alright, and let's also increase our range so we know what we're looking at. There's our top of climb. Based off of our vertical profile, again, we did not adhere to the basically the standard instrument departure just because we're doing things on our own here. And let's give you a nice little view right there while I do some planning here. Alright, now what I got to do is go program in the airport in my Navigraph and look at our available runways and landings. I think Xiamen is very, very easy field. I think it's only one strip of runway if I'm remembering correctly. Guess I should do just a slight more bit of planning when I do these things, but here's the bottom line up front. I like this airport that we're going to because it's super simple. One strip of runway. Either you're going to land to the basically southwest or northwest, or I'm sorry, yeah, southwest or the northeast, I should say. So we're landing northeast on runway 55. So let's also take a look at the star. We are coming on the APA. Let's see here. Don't make me lie to you guys. The APA 901. So here's the APA 81, 82. Okay, here's 901. So let's make sure this is for runway 5. So at least they got that right. And okay, we're coming in here from Apaka. we should be at PACA at above flight level 17,700, which is very strange, at least in the United States. I'm not saying anything, just things are different. I'm more accustomed to even numbers, but here they got some different numbers for whatever reason. And you can see here on this lake here, max 230 knots and max flight level 17,700 right here. So looks like our initial approach fix will be here, and this is an arc. This appears to be looks like it's kind of set up like an arc here, how this is flown. But either way, at least we do have Alpaca as a transition waypoint, so we'll type that in and put in runway 5 and let the aircraft do the rest of the planning. So once we get closer, we'll put our arrival information in just in case things change. You can see the weather updating there. It's most certainly not going to keep clouds off. All right, and we are doing good so far. All right, we are allowed to use our electronic devices in that nature, so let's get some jams going again. All right. All right, let's do this. Here we go. All right, 22,600 climbing. Now let's go ahead and check our FMC down here, and this is going to give you a little indication of when our top of climb is. We got 78 nautical miles. And you can see here the en route distance is not that long at all, folks. Not that long at all. So we don't have much to do now except just tilt. Let's look and see where our legs page takes us all the way to. So Alpaca to AM 502, which is cool because that's basically the first initial approach fix into the let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right, the Xiamen area. So look, there's not even a whole lot of waypoints here. If you look here, the legs here for this aircraft, that's really short, 83 to the MKG VOR, and then so our top of descent, basically where we start descending, should come pretty quick, guys. And then it is on to Hong Kong. I didn't upload any new scenery to Hong Kong. I was gonna do it on the X-Plane forums. There was a lot ortho overlays. It was like 4 gigabytes. Here's that fuel message that I said that we were going to get. The only thing we need to do now is turn off the center pumps. They are all dried up. And anyway, so I didn't feel like uploading a bunch of scenery and doing that. And somebody wants me to show the cabin, so we can most certainly do that. So here we are in the cabin. This is the right side of the aircraft. My passengers are still being irresponsible. I didn't put the mask mod on there yet. So this is the cabin, and here in a second we'll get you guys some in-flight entertainment. Here again is your favorite passenger to fly next to. We're gonna call her Maria. Maria just stays in the seat looking pristine, not saying a word. She's probably not even breathing, so you don't gotta worry about COVID from her. Ha! Another little COVID joke. You guys can use that one if you want to. So we're gonna continue to cruise right along, and again, not much going on here in the way of our cruise or anything. We're just going to make sure we get up to flight level 360. We'll have a slight moment of probably onboard entertainment, and then boom, back down to what we came to do. This switched over to Mach, but I want to keep this in a setting where it's on this as far as indicated airspeed in the knots versus the Mach for a certain reason. All right, we got about 13 minutes so far in the air, so we are doing good. Those winds are coming at us from the west at 68 degrees, so almost, you know, just slightly off the first officer side. I am considering getting X Enviro, well, let me rephrase, not getting, but putting X Enviro back on my computer. I've already bought X Enviro before, and way back when the updates were not favorable to me and at the time, but I haven't done it for quite some time, so I'm going to see if I can re-download the most updated version. But we'll see. Right now, this is just regular X-Plane 11 clouds with the add-on of live weather from I can't think of the name of it right now. Let me see. XP, Active Sky for X-Plane is what it is. So yeah, so let's finish our climb here, folks. Again, we've got nothing down here showing on the TCAS. There's let's check our VATSIM scope really quick. All right. A lot of activity in the United States today. I was like, oh man, she was flying the United States, but we can't. We got to stick to our game plan. So there's starting to be a few aircraft floating in around the area. Let's look at the VATSIM scope here. All right, here we are traveling right along, and we're just going right here to ZSAM. Then from ZSAM, we're going to come back out over the water, and we're going to come down to Hong Kong right here. So getting off the island of Taiwan, getting onto the shores of China, then we're going to take China on down to Hong Kong, and then after Hong Kong, we're going to end up doing a long haul flight. I don't know if we're going to the Philippines, or I don't know if we're going to continue our journey west. I don't know yet. I am excited to get back to the United States, but before I can do that, we got to finish this world tour. That's kind of where we're at. Again, thanks everybody for showing up on the stream. I appreciate your continued support. We're going to keep rocking it no matter what. Once I get the top of descent information into the computer, I'll let you guys know how long it's going to be to descend. I'm assuming it's going to be right away almost. I don't even know if we're even going to have time for a in-flight movie. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll see. All right. Looking good, looking good. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, thanks for joining the stream. Can't say that enough. I know you hear us content creators, especially flight simmers, we're saying that all the time, but it's truly a joy when other folks are giving up their time to come watch our hobby, basically. I'm really glad, and I'm trying to push this hobby for other folks, especially kids. I've got 6 of my own, again, ages 22 down to age of 4, and this is a hobby that actually stimulates your mind. One flight is never the same as the previous, or it's never going to be the same as the next. It's always going to be something different. Weather, other aircraft, you make a mistake, failures, whatever the case may be. So it keeps your mind sharp. So that's why I do like flight simulation. Not to mention the community. It reminds me of being in the military. So there you go. With that, so as you guys can see, here's top of climb, and then here's top of descent. So there won't even be any in-flight entertainment today because the flight is so short. It's a very short flight. Let's take a look. She's smoking. She's smoking through them clouds. I love it. All right, the actual route that is flown by Xiamen Airlines is actually Xiamen 887, and they leave from Terminal 2. And so our goal when we get into Xiamen is to get to Gate 10. Hopefully my Navigraph has that information on board in terms of where Gate 10 is at. If not, we're going to park at any gate. That's a very small terminal to do our quick turnaround, throw some fuel on, get the passengers off, and get her going. So that's going to be the plan. And to be honest, on the first one, I don't even know if we're going to do a replay, just simply because one time I did a replay and X-Plane came back, plane crashed. Like from the replay, I don't know how it came back and I stopped the replay and it came in the gate and it crashed. So we'll do the replay after the last landing. So just so we can get both legs done. Again, that's just showing my fear of this plane and the errors that it can have during it, whether it's a sim problem or an actual simulated problem. I don't want any of those today. We want some smooth flying today, of course. We are at flight level 318, almost to 32,000 feet. Then we'll be shy of 4,000 feet. Then we start our descent, which I like. Let's go check the FMS now and just double check what it's saying at AM 502. Let me double check my chart and make sure it echoes the same thing. Otherwise, I have to make some adjustments. We should be above 6,890. Again, a weird number, and it is above. So these so far are calculating our correct descent. So no worries there. All our only job is to actually ensure that we... Alright, I'll turn this over to Mach now. Let's climb maybe like Mach 7.5 for the rest of our climb, and then we'll speed it back up. Again, thanks for checking in, everybody. Thanks for checking in. We most certainly are not going to get any in-flight entertainment on the next flight, so maybe we'll have a few minutes of in-flight entertainment. You see I slowed the plane down so it's able to pitch up a little bit. And then we'll put it in the VNAV feature. Here, we've got about 40 nautical miles to the VOR, which is Mukag of Mike Kilo Golf. Rolling right along, folks. Keep the defrost on. Once we get below that cloud layer, then we'll turn it off. Remind me to turn the defrost off, guys. The anti-icing on the aircraft once we get to a certain level. All right. You can see that top of climb keeps pushing itself back. Got about 2,000 to go. Climbing up just to come down. Got about 21 minutes of basically flying time in there, plus or minus a few seconds that took us to get up to taking off from the runway. But essentially we're at 21 minutes of flying time right now. Alright, so those winds look pretty calm, or calm enough. Let's see if we're going to do a full flaps landing or if we're going to choose something else. Yeah, winds are at 5 meters per second. We can do a full flaps landing. See if we can grease her. If she gets too floaty, we'll reduce flaps and make different concessions. But I think we can do a full flaps landing. All right. Rolling right along here. Rolling right along.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go, folks. All right. Let's get up to our cruising speed for half a second. We'll throw some in-flight entertainment on. You check my legs again and see we got about 68 nautical miles on Alpaca, then 23. So things are going to happen really quick. 68, and that's just enough mileage to actually do our descent. There's a little formula when you don't have air traffic control and you're trying to figure out how you're going to descend, when to start descending. Just remember, it's the rule of 3. Take your current flying altitude, your target altitude in which you want to descend to, and figure out when you want to get there. Then you simply subtract, well, you get the difference between your flying altitude and your target descent altitude, and then you multiply that by 3, and that's the amount of miles you should get. So for example, if I wanted to descend from 35,000 down to 6,000, okay, 35 minus 6 comes out to 29,000 times 3, round up 1 to 30, 3 times 30 is 90. So 90 nautical miles out, give or take. I would start my descent at negative 1,800 feet per minute as a general rule of thumb. There are some things that would change that. Okay, folks, now what we need to do is come on over here, put it in the VNAV function, so the aircraft is going to speed up to where it wants to. But the reason why we're doing that, we're just going to make sure the aircraft can actually descend down to where it needs to start the descent, in case we're messing around and not paying attention. And we said 68 something, so let's do 68. I think it's like 68.90 or something, so we'll do 68. And it's 68.90, so actually let's do 69 to be on the safe side. Boom. Now what's going to happen is the aircraft is going to make its descent on its own when we get to top of descent. And I'll let you guys, I guess, for a few seconds here, take a look at some onboard entertainment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go back in here to the trusty dusty. Alright, again, this is your headrest. Let's stop the music and get you some onboard entertainment for half a second.
Alright, here we are at my home base airport, French Valley, Marietta, California. Today we will be taking a trip to Flagstaff. We're going to Flagstaff today because I have a mission with my logistical trucking company. I have to bring a load down to Yuma, Arizona. So the first leg of this trip, you guys are going to enjoy flying aboard this Eclipse 550 little private jet here, which is a single pilot operated aircraft, or at least can be. It's always better with two, of course. So as you see, we've got the aircraft all configured here. All we have to do is pull out the pitot covers and all of the chocks and stuff around it and jump on board so that we can get going. Today will be a full flight. I will be doing all of the planning with you. We will be flying on Pilot Edge for our air traffic control. Today we have myself, one adult, and one child I'm also bringing with, just for passengers. You will not see them or hear them just because they're just catching a ride to Flagstaff. I do apologize if I keep clearing my throat today, as drunken enough water and tea. Don't know why it's raspy, but it is. So while we're outside, we've already done the walk around of the aircraft. We will be using the checklist today. I haven't flown in a while. I haven't posted a video for a while, so I'm a little bit rusty. So we're going to go through this together. So as you can see, we have the pitot covers on. We've got the engine covers on, the chock block, the chocks here on the tires. We've got the safety cones, and of course you see the generator here, which is giving our power here. So let's we can't get rid of the generator right now, but we can most certainly get rid of the chocks and the pitot covers. So on this aircraft, this is the interface from Aerobasc that is provided. We will remove the chocks, which we have just successfully done. And then once we go inside the aircraft, of course, we'll close the door. This is the GPU, or the ground power unit. We're also going to use this interface on side, and I'll explain how I absolutely have filled the aircraft and worked on the weight in terms of passengers. Excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on board. Alright, first of all, we're going to go to the back. It is awfully loud here because of that generator's close to us. So let's go ahead and get the door shut here using our interface. Alright, the cabin door is now closed and sealed and verified. Let's go ahead and just verify the passenger cabin here, just to ensure there's nothing. Of course, those passengers aren't showing up right now. Alright, passenger cabin looks good. Everything is secure. Alright, let's go ahead and walk ourselves up front. As you see here, the aircraft has electricity on it, or power, but there are no systems on yet. As I told you, we are doing this flight from scratch so that you can fully grasp how much needs to be done to bring an aircraft up, and then remind you a lot of systems are simulated, but they would absolutely be more than what I'm doing now. So before we power the aircraft on, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a checklist here and figure out exactly what we need to go pre-flight. All right, so the pre-flight checklist: pitot, cover, and chocks are removed. Engine selectors are off. So we will absolutely go through this checklist here. All right, the engine selectors are all off here. You can see generator, start, bus tie, system battery, and the generators left and right are off, along with the emergency switch here, okay, which is always in the arm position.
All right, folks, this is your captain speaking, Dre Sanchez, Motivated Sim Pilot. We are going to go ahead and taper off with the actual flight entertainment, because we should start descending now. Against everybody, thanks for showing up to the stream. And so hopefully this is a pretty long video that I did a long time ago for your entertainment. It's a 2-hour video, and it also has the American Truck Simulator in there. So hopefully next time we will be able to watch more of the video on a longer flight, which I'll probably put up anyway. Let's go back up to the front now, and you can notice the aircraft has started its descent. Let me slide up a little bit, and so we can make this happen correctly. All right, folks, so here's what we're looking at. As you can see, our top of descent is coming quick. I mean, not top of descent, but our approach is coming here fairly quick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the aircraft onto the same heading that we're on, put it in the heading feature so we can plan for that landing. About right there is fine. Let's go heading select. Let's come back down here really quick. Departure and arrival, and we are going to arrive ILS 05. We'll do Zulu actually, and let's see, AM 502 is the transition point. So let's look at this. Alpaca AM There we go. Let's execute that. I like that. AM 502, AM 121. Now we come right back up here into the lateral navigation, and we didn't miss a beat. So now we have our arrival programmed in. Now another thing that we most certainly need to do is to go ahead and get the information set up for the actual runway. So we're doing the Zulu. Okay, RNAV ILS DME Z05. Well, they include a lot of stuff. Let's see here. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So these are the different options in arriving there. We got the ILS DME Yankee. We chose the Zulu, which has got more information there. It's ILS DME. So we'll choose this chart. And as you can see here, final approach course is 55 degrees with a heading of 110. Look at the transition altitude, folks, 9,850. Trans level, flight level, actually transition level, flight level 118. Yeah, I'm always learning, I guess. All right, anyway, let's get 110.3 and 55 put in, folks. We're not playing around. All right, so 110.3, 110.30. Let's switch that bad boy up. Let's see, didn't like that. I wonder why it didn't like 110. Ah, yeah, 110.3. Let's see, 110.30. And there's an error there. That's strange. 110.3. I wonder why I'm getting an error. Let's clear it out first. 110.3. And it's still saying there's an error. I'm not quite sure why there's an error. That is very strange. Never had that happen before. Let's see. We don't need our nav stuff on here. Let's try this again. 110.30. Let's see if this side will let us put it in. Alright, folks, as you can see, it's always something. If anybody out there knows what's going on, why this is not accepting it, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to soak it up to another error. Here, let's do this. See, look, it's even right here. 110.30. It's right here. So, not making it up. The heading actually says it's 56. So, not quite sure. Glide slope ILS. There we go. 110.30. Learn something new every day, folks. Didn't know I had to push that. All right. 110.30. That just boils down to don't give up and keep trying. It's what we just did. You witnessed it. That's the philosophy that I take. Take it if you want it, but never give up on your dreams, or if you're trying to do something in life, because as soon as you quit, you give in to that force or that person or that thing that's giving you a challenge. Sometimes that thing is yourself. So don't give up on yourself, right? I see it all the time here in the flight sim community, especially the streamers. We're doing something doesn't go right. You know, you got to fix it. So that's kind of a nice little example of what life is. We wake up every day hoping for the best, so you better plan for the worst and hope for the best. There's nothing wrong with hoping for the best, but you better plan for the worst. If you don't make a plan, you're planning to fail. Yeah. So I've learned that in my journey of life thus far. I'll be 43, God willing, in this upcoming birthday. I just want to continue to gain knowledge, share with my kids, share it with my loved ones, family and friends, and everybody, because we should all have that pay it forward spirit, that pay it forward attitude. And if you don't have that attitude, then you need to look in the mirror and at least learn how to treat each other kindly, because I see it all the time. I went out today and just people get surprised when you say yes ma'am, no ma'am, please, thank you, you're right away, no, you go ahead. It shouldn't be that way. That should be how we're treating everybody. So anyway, that's my 2 cents for this leg. You never know, I might get on 2 cents on another leg. All right, we are keeping that strange 17,700 until the point. It almost is like, what is going on here? It's almost like we're going to be doing almost like a rapid descent here. Let's look at the altitude on our last point so we can make the target altitude match that. So below 2,000, and this should be where we're getting the glide slope right here at AM 103 actually, and we're supposed to be at 2630 or below, so that'll work. So now we know 2630. Aircraft should pretty much do the rest. Yeah, we'll do 26. All right, let's bring this out a little bit. And let's go ahead and look at that QNH again. QNH is 1018. Let me refresh. 1018 is what it is. So now we can plan for that. 1018. It's way at the bottom here. All right, planning for 1018. There we go. Now we most certainly might need some, because we're gonna have to slow down here in a second. You see the decel should go at about 240. But I mean, look at that descent, guys. 4,200 feet per minute on descent. So we're definitely throwing out some spoilers here. Let's get those auto spoilers going. Slow that speed down. Chiefs, you've been, look, Chief, saw what I left. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself. Leonardo, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. I enjoyed your stream yesterday, brother. I enjoyed the Chiefs stream today. I hope you all are doing well. Good to see you. And put the course heading on NPC as well. Dre, what's up, bro? Oh, yes, thank you. Course heading on MCP as well. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing well. You got any streams coming up today, Leo, or tomorrow? Let me know. Anybody let me know so I can check it out. I always feel bad too, guys, when I miss your stream. I'm so busy with the 6 kids. I run a business and also try to do this. So trust me, I'm always trying to look at your streams. My wife's always, hey, are you looking at any streams today? So thank you guys for streaming, because that's my entertainment when I'm not actually flying myself. Let's go ahead and kick in some more of that spoiler. You see we got a whole lot more speed to bleed. And we can go ahead and switch off that standard pressure now. Xiamen International traffic. Xiamen Airlines 318 is descending at this point. We are direct AM 502 at 10,000, and we are expecting runway 5 full stop. All right, made it a little announcement. Let's go ahead and get these lights on. Just gonna turn them all on, because that's how I roll. Leave it in the continuous. I should have put it in auto once we got up, but again, we're not doing checklists today. We're doing flows. We're trying to make it happen. Trying to give you guys what you want is the landing. That's what I'm trying to give you guys. The landing. Everyone's favorite part. Our most nerve-wracking and your favorite. Alright, as you can see here, we got a right strong turn. Let's go over to the first officer side here. And see what we can see. Alright. Strip's probably over there. Alright. We'll figure it out. We got our turn coming up. Aircraft's doing a pretty good job of slowing it down. Of course, we got those spoilers out. Alright, we can go ahead and bring them back in. Alright, speed brake is armed. And let's check out runway length here, guys, which is what I forgot to do. Alright, runway length is 11,000 feet. That's a lot of room for us to stop. So it's no problem there. We're going to go with the 01, the 02. That's it. Because I think we are going to be good to go there. Alright. Nice and calm. You can see we're still bleeding speed down to 210. So we're basically on our right base right now. We're on our base leg if we were flying VOR basically. Which we are most certainly and indubitably not. Alright. Oh yeah, definitely your favorite. That landed, yes sir. Hey, that's where we make our money, right? We can get us up, we can navigate. If we can't bring them wheels down gently without breaking backs and snapping necks, what are we doing this for then? It's all about the landing, I tell you. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Don't mind me getting in the groove here. I got 2 landings to do for y'all today. Yeah. Hey, by the way, you guys have to school me up. This is maybe my old manish coming into play, and I'm talking to my young fellow sim pilots. I need to get better about this Discord thing. Not really spun up on Discord. I'm gonna have to do my research. I'm a quick study, but maybe you guys can give me some tippers. I kind of went into your Discord yesterday, Leo, and then showed up. But I do have a Discord account already, so I got to remember what it was from back when I used to fly virtual airlines and all that stuff. They had Discord. It was TeamSpeak. Then it switched over to Discord, and to be honest with you, I fell off. Anyway, aircraft is slowing down. Let's go ahead and get flaps 1 speed check. All right, we got flaps 1 coming up. We are in the acceptable speed range. To be honest, usually at this point in the flight, I like to take control of my own speed. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. Now we need to come down. Let's go ahead and plan for our initial ref. We are doing flaps 40 on the speed, which means our approach speed will be right about 150. All right. Thank you, Leonardo. Said no. Okay, thanks for. Okay, that was the Chief Sim. No problem. All right, let's go ahead and get some of these brakes out again. Aircraft is still having a little bit of a problem trying to get us down there. With our speed, we can also adjust this. All right. Let's check something out here. 26 at AM 103 below, so we need to go 26 below that. So our next point, we're okay. Do about 25 there. There we go. We're not playing around. Still got the spoilers out there, as you can see. Landing lights are all on, folks. The auto brake is set to 2. Got more than enough fuel. We got pretty good visibility here. Let's jump back over here. So essentially, I'm telling you guys, there is no reason not to do this thing right. I think this is the field right here, folks. So we're coming around the mountain as she comes. Of course, we're going to go to stereo cockpit here in a minute, but not just yet. All right, speed check, flaps 2 or 2 degrees. All right. Still slowly bleeding. I think okay, we got the localizer and all that stuff coming alive. But at this point, I'm not going to put it on, because if I put it here and it catches the localizer right away, it's going to turn us around, because this is not a 30 degree or less angle. That's a right angle of 90 degrees or more. Alright, speed brake is off and armed. Now we can most certainly go to speed check flaps 5. And here any second, we're going to be making that turn. All right, 1,000 to go, folks. Now let's put that course heading 56 in there. Now that's not disagreeing. We are good for the approach. All right, not quite a stereo cockpit just yet. Look at that, going right over that. You guys can see the flaps are deployed. Passengers are probably praying right now. Please, please get us on the ground appropriately. All right, we found that altitude, which is good. Let me look at my approach chart once again on that. And let's see, the next waypoint after that should be at 2,300 feet. Missed approach altitude, climb up to 3940. Direct to the XLN VOR, which will be a left turn, climbing left turn to 200 knots. All right, we're going to cruise right around here until we make that turn. Approach speeds going to be simply 142 plus 5. It's about 147, 150. We'll play it by ear, of course. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to make our turn. Now as we get under 30 degrees, I'll go ahead and activate the ILS button. Let's pull back that speed now. We're getting ready to get on approach speed. Once I feel good about the turn and we're under 30 degrees to hit the ILS. All right. See, we kind of overshot it slightly, which is okay. Let's make that turn, make that turn. Now we're on an intercept under 30 degrees, which I like. So we got the localizer arm now. And we're still doing good as far as our height, so we'll be able to catch it. Looking at that angle we're approaching. Let's get the heading on 56 as well, just in case we got to make an adjustment. There we are. You can see the localizer is sliding over slowly. Localizer's captured, folks. Let's go ahead and hit the approach button now. Booyah! Now we got the aircraft ready to bring us in, and we didn't overturn. Always got to watch that 30-degree angle. All right, we are looking good. This next point will be on a 5-mile final. Zoom in traffic Xiamen Airlines 318 has turned to final and is 2.3 nautical miles from Foxtrot 05, runway 5, full stop. Xiamen traffic. I swear I'm still saying that wrong. Let's go down to our approach speed now, folks. Let's deploy the landing gear, as well as going down to flaps 15, speed check. Do about 149. All right, flaps coming down. Full flaps. Landing gear is down. Speed brake is armed. All right, sterile cockpit time, folks. Remember, we are not doing a replay on this one. We are not doing a replay. Have the runway in sight. All landing lights are on. Cockpit sterile. The ignitions are to the continuous. Our brakes is set to 2, 3 green on the landing gear. Landing speeds are set. VREF is right at 142, folks. All right, let's disco. All right, folks, let's do it. Trim it down slightly. Watching that speed. My aircraft, of course. Well, our aircraft, of course. We're doing this together. All right, looking good. Doing pretty good on the speed. Slightly fast. No worries. She seems stable. Sometimes you just got to feel it out and figure out what she wants you to do. All right. We're just going to land in the track IR form. Up on the speed. Sometimes I don't like to land with track IR on because if I move my head, everything moves. So I'm giving you guys the track IR show, of course. All right, you guys see the radio altimeter came alive. Pulling back on the speed. I think I'm gonna pause track IR. There we go. I need to focus. All right. Bringing that speed back a little bit. I'm all visual now. I'm not paying attention to any instrumentation, folks.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. 100. Light slow. Light slow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Hard landing. Huh. Reversers are out. Negative 354. Unacceptable. That's alright. Still could have been worse. Alright. Not too impressed with that.
80 knots. Until the aircraft is parked at the gate and the captain.
That's okay. Gave us a hard landing, which is unbelievable. Tis okay. That gives us a chance to do another one. So everybody got the rights to see the chiropractor on that one. Alright, Xiamen traffic. Xiamen Airlines 318 is clear runway 5. Alright, let's do some cleanup here. Flaps are coming up. Stop the bird really quick. And get all that off. Let's get our APU on. Let's get this quick turnaround so we can redeem ourselves on the next landing. Alright. Alright. Runway turnoffs coming on. Strobe is going down to the normal position. There we go. And we should be able to taxi in at this point. Alright. So we had a hard landing. So there's no excuse for that. Go ahead and turn all over here to the right. But hard landings, we walking away from that, and it gives a chance to do it again. And it wasn't no negative 600 or 500. So just a hard landing. We didn't greaser. We're not greasers. Welcome in to Xiamen, China. We're on our way to Hong Kong. Let's see, even real world landings are harder. That was nice. And center line. Oh, thank you, brother. I always appreciate it. Making me feel good about myself. And Leonardo, I mean, hey, 6-second float, and we got it in the zone. Not bad for me. Thank you, brother. Still in the zone, even though you know how we do it. We still want to get that greaser. So here we come, Hong Kong. We're gonna get that greaser. Let's pull into the gate. Throw some fuel on the bird. Do a quick turnaround and we out. So we literally are going to get to the gate, shut the aircraft down, throw some fuel on, reconfigure the AVI tab, make sure we got our flight plan in, and we out. We're all going to do it together and super quick. Super quick. And we're going to get a better landing in Hong Kong because it's Hong Kong. Never been there. Traveled the world in the military. Never had a chance to go to Hong Kong. Wouldn't mind going there. Although I don't know if my wife wants to go, but if she does, I know we for sure want to go to Japan, especially for that eating. And they have that mysterious forest. I'm not saying I want to go. My wife's interested in it. I got to support her. So if I ever ended up in that mysterious forest in Japan, it's because I'm going with the queen of my life. Got to support. She got my back, so I got to have hers, folks. You know how we roll. All right. Not bad scenery here. This is just stock X-plane scenery. Alright, let's take this little taxiway in here. Alright, let's see if we can find gate 10, folks. I have no clue where it's at. I haven't looked at it. Alright. Looks like that's gates 5 and 6. Let's see if the numbers... Well, I don't know. Gate 5-5. Looks like it's... Let's see. Let's go across and see. The further we go down, the better anyway. That's where we're taking off. Alright, Chief Sim. Thanks for showing up. Go get them kids together, brother. They got a great dad. Thank you for joining. Alright, alright. Let's see what gates we have over here. Okay, 4-7. Okay, 4. Looks like that's going to be a 6. So, let's just choose any of these gates. Oh, she stopped all the way. I didn't ask for that. Nonetheless, folks, let's pull in one of these gates just for our turnaround. No replay, because it'll be my luck. The situation will crush. What is this? 0706. Okay, so the gate numbers were up here, so we're going to go to 06, guys. So they are numbered. They're just not numbered on that. Those were probably the pull-out locations for when the airplanes pull out. So don't mind us. Xiamen Airport. All right, pulling into the rusty dusty gate. Let's slow our approach speed up. All right, you can see that taxi light beaming off there. We're gonna call it a stop right there. Parking brake is set. All right, taxi light is off, and we can put these into the auto position for now. Let's go down and get the transponder off. Let's go up top, connect the APU. Let's turn those bleeds on, get the isolation valve on. Packs come off. Boom, we're going to turn our anti-collision light off, of course. Now we can come back down here and shut the aircraft down. Alright. There we go. Aircraft is shutting down. Let's connect the GPU. Up top, we can go and connect the GPU now, of course. Alright. Now, let's turn that APU off for a hot second so we don't burn that fuel. And let's get the doors opened up, folks. Again, welcome in to Xiamen Airport. This is going to be a super quick turnaround. We're going to open the forward entry. We're going to open the cargo and cargo case, of course. And start the services on the ground. Alright, the next flight, folks. Let's pull up that actual flight plan, which I already have it up in here. Here's the next flight plan. Again, flying time super short there too. And that's our route. You can hear everybody getting situated in the cockpit. So let us do this quick turnaround. There's the ground crews. They're pulling stuff out. Let's go out and see what they're actually doing. I wonder if it models anything outside. I got another app that you can see the APU still running. So let's shut that bad boy down. We don't want that running for the time being. It's burning our fuel. All right. So for brevity, we need 14. So we'll do 15,000 pounds of fuel again. So payload, we're going to keep the same payload. Let's just double check that. I like it. Now let's go over to our fuel and get 15,000 pounds of fuel in there. Enter that. Let's call the fuel truck. Fuel truck's coming up. And let's make sure. All right, we got fuel coming back in there, so there's no worries there. Back down to the FMC. Let's do our position and initialization. We are at VATSIM. All right, come on, passengers, get off, because as soon as we're done, we out. Boom. IRS is good. Let's put in the route. Boom. We're going to VHHH. And flight number is going to be the same because we have full service from Taipei, Taiwan on over to Hong Kong. I'm excited to get to Hong Kong. Flight 318. Booyah. Let's go over here now. Looking for the T-bed 01. Let's make sure that's for runway 5. Course. Quick turnaround, folks. We ain't messing around. Alright. Let's see. It said we are coming on the actual TEB01 Delta. TEB01 Delta. So let me get this going now. Let's get some music going back. It's kind of quiet up in here. Turn it down slightly. There we go. All right, let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. All right, so here we are at Terminal 3. And hopefully we're taking off on that runway. Now if we want to look at our departures. TEB, let's see, where's she at? Oh, you know what? I'm at the wrong. Let's see. No, I should be at the right airport. Let's see. VATSIM. Boom. Sid. This is interesting. Let's see, I'm at the right airport. Let's go charts. I'm telling you, sometimes these charts come in and you don't know how to read them. Let's see. 81 Delta. Doo-doo-doo. Here it is, right here. TEB 01 Delta. Boy, sometimes it's hard to find these charts. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm trying to get this turnaround done really quick. All right. So this is for runway 5, heading 55. Even though we know it's 56, it's telling us 55. And then we're going to do a nice little loop on course. And of course, Taipei is the actual departure. So super easy. Departure again, guys. We're climbing unrestricted because that's simply how we roll. All right, back in here. Departure and arrival. Departure, we are doing the TEB 01 Delta. Runway 5, of course. We've already established that. Back to the route. Now, after Taipei, all right, we got Alpha 40. Looks like that's an Airway Alpha 470. I stand corrected. Alpha 470. We're taking that over to Bebum. That's Bravo Echo Mike. All right, from Bebum, we're doing another same Airway Alpha 470. And from Alpha 470, we're doing .me. DOTMI. Bam. From .me, we're back on an Airway Alpha 470. Boom. Right back in there. And then Magog is our exit fix. Sounds like Tagalog. Bagong. Magong. Anyway, don't mind me. Just being silly again. Alright, Victor 512 is the next Airway, my peeps. From Victor 512, we exit that at another fix of Abby. Abby, yabba dabba doo, Abby. Boom, and then from Abby, we can go ahead and come right into our arrival, which is the Abby to Bravo. I don't know what runway that's for, but I'm assuming it's for one of the 2-5s, maybe? It looks like it's a Western landing. I'm not selecting anything yet. You know how I roll. We got to make sure we get in the air and get that all situated. Let's activate it, guys. Execute. Performance initialization. Let's go right over here. Reserves fuel is going to be right around the same. We're going to say 6. Cost index on this one, guys, is wow, 26. Okay. I got to start looking at that cost index when I do the flight plans. And the flight level, guys, get this. They want me, according to my flight plan. Let's see, there's flight steps. Let's see. So our final cruising is flight level 230. Execute that. Let's go to the N1 limit. Let's see, trans out. You guys know how I feel about that transition altitude. Let's get that corrected. The transition altitude for this area, as we said, and actually, yeah, 9850. Transition flight level is 11.8, but the transition altitude is 9850. So we're just gonna leave it right there. 9842 is what it's saying. I like it if you do. Let's look at the outside temperature right now, just to make sure we got the right outside temperature, of course. All right, 20 degrees Celsius is the actual outside temperature. I don't like the discrepancy, so let's type that in. We're still going to do a regular takeoff, nothing derated. We're going to be fully weighed down again, so I did like the flaps 10 takeoff. Let's get that center of gravity in there. Trim is are at 4. And you can see runway 5 is 11,000 feet, so enough runway to take off here. Let's see here. We are not getting any V-speeds there, so we got the problem here. Why aren't we getting the V-speeds? Let's go back. Previous page. Runway's dry. Da-da-da. It's a dry runway. Runway heading and wind. Let's put that in. Alright. Runway heading is going to be... Runway heading is 056. And the winds are saying they're at 5. Runway slope. We're still not getting any V speed, so let's come back over here and let's go to our initial ref. Flaps 10. I wonder why it's not giving me any V speeds. Any question? I mean, any answer why I'm not getting V-speeds here, guys? This is, it's always something. Let's see here. Let's go back to our legs. All that looks good. Initial ref. Let's go back to the route. Figure out what we got going on here. Let's go back to takeoff. It's not giving me any V-speeds, which is highly peculiar. Go back through the perfs. Got you, okay. Let's go to the index, back to perf. Alright, we got our flight level. Huh, it put in flight level 230. Let's try that again. We did flight level 320. Thank you for that help, by the way, Chief Sim Pilot. 320, cruising winds. I usually don't put that in there. Zero fuel weight. Reserves, cost index 26. Select on the right bottom FMC button. Let me see what he's saying here. Go back to perf, select on the right bottom. Speeds are off. Let's see. Boom, take off. I'm gonna go try that. Yeah, speeds are off. Let's see, turn. Speeds are off. Select on the right bottom FMC button. Let's see here. FMC button. Speeds are off. Back, bro, where you would confirm the numbers. Oh, I see, right here. Okay, QRH, they're on. See, they're off, they're on. So they're on. Still not getting nothing here. I see what you were saying. Here, the QRH is on, so let's go back to perf again. Okay, everything here is in. Let me click that. Zero fuel weight looks good. We got that N1 limit. Maybe it doesn't like this disagreeing right here, so let's delete that because I put the right temperature and it didn't like it. There we go. So I found out what the problem is. Thank you guys. Thank you, Chief Sim Pilot. Okay, so we don't have to do that. Here was the problem. The outside temperature is actually saying 20 Celsius on FlightAware, right? So if we come here and we refresh, it's saying 20 degrees Celsius here at the right airport. So what happened was, let me go back in. This is a learning moment, even for me. So in the performance, once I got to this page, I decided to put the actual correct outside temperature, but it's saying it was 19 degrees outside Celsius. Once I put it back to what it liked, it's giving me the V speeds. So that's the problem. Learning moment. Thank you guys for your support, helping out Chief Sim Pilot, Leonardo, and Flight Sim 4723. Thank you guys. We got our V speeds in there, so we're good to go. Let's button up the aircraft and bounce up out of here. Alright, so we can stop the ground crew. We can go to ground services. We can close all the doors. Close, close, and close. Back up top, guys. Let's get the APU crickle cracking again. Booyah! Let's go ahead and get our anti-collision light back on. Letting them know the aircraft is coming back alive. We're about to bounce up out of here. One of the things that we didn't turn off, which we should have, was our window heats and our trim air. Shame on me. Those probes off. Everything else up top's good to go. And 32,000 feet is where we are going to cruise at for this short flight. And then, of course, for China, the actual landing elevation there in China is going to be 28 feet. So we're going to go even lower down there. We're just waiting for the APU to come up on board. And once we get that, there we go. Extinguish that power. Let's get our bleeds on. Got the duct pressure going on there. Everything else up top is looking good. Let's extinguish that GPU. And of course, let's come back up top. And we are going to do our pushback. Let's pre-plan it. Booyah. Too easy. Nice, easy pushback. Normally I would have us drive it out to a stand, but we're not trying to belabor this, guys. Alright.
Alright, Captain. Got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Alright, so course heading, everything is on there. Do 56. Doing flaps 10. So let's get this set to 195. And of course, unrestricted. Flight level tree 20 is what we're doing. We're going to do a flight level change again, guys. Alright. Aircraft is all buttoned up. We're ready for our next leg. Let's double check our fuel. And this time we do not have any fuel in the center tank. So we are looking good there. Let's see, 14,700 and something pounds of fuel should be sufficient. Let's look and see what's been programmed in there. I thought I asked for more fuel than that, but that should definitely get us there. Yeah, okay, right at 15. That's sufficient. All right, folks, let's get that better pushback cracking.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Tow's coming, baby. Alright, let's double check up top again. We do have our anti-collision light off right now. The position lights are on steady. Freddy. We will get them going when we need to get them going. Let's go outside here and just see what kind of work we got going on here. Let's go to that free camera. Let's go to that free camera. I like to get up close and personal. Alright. You guys having fun? I'm having fun. I like it. Alright, you can see there he's getting ready to connect. It's got a little louder as we got closer.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Alright, they are ready to connect. This is beautiful paintwork, by the way, on this aircraft, so thank you for the developer of these, this livery here, Xiamen Air, and then whatever this says, which I'm sure it's echoing that. Boy, I wish I could read Chinese characters. That would be so awesome, but I can't. Alright, so we see what's going on outside, and we're okay with that. Alright, let's take this approach button off. We can also take the heading select off. Let's clear everything back out. Okay, while we're getting our pushback,
Welcome aboard,
folks.
Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
I don't know about you guys, but we're ready to go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
No rain here. Alright, folks. So here is our flight plan. You know how I like to do it while we're getting pushed back. Let's stay about right here. And let's go to our legs page. And let's step through it. Oh, let's see. Was that a discontinuity there? Let's see. Step. Looks good. It's funny, there's a little break there. But there's no discontinuity. Alright. And that's it. That's how we're rolling. So, all that looks good. Let's go to the back, of course, and see how we're doing. Getting pushed back here. I don't know about you guys, but that was one of my quickest turnarounds in this aircraft anyway. It would have been quicker if we didn't have that little FMC thing, but good thing I got other pilots on board helping a brother out. So, thank you guys for that. We saw what the discrepancy was, though. Again, we just don't quit. We just don't quit. Alright, back out of the plan mode. Let me double check and make sure the QNH is the same here at the field. That way we are keeping ourselves honest. QNH is now 1019. So as the aircraft is sliding back, let's make that happen. Alright, you can see 1019. Let's get that in the standby as well. 1019 coming up, coming up. Thank you very much. Alright, so on the next landing we'll do a replay. Hopefully it's a replay that we can be proud of. If not, it at least will be a hard landing at -3, whatever. So, And you know what? Maybe I'm going to get fired for this Xiamen Airways. You know, they got an American flying for them. They might say, what, those Americans, they do not. Well, that's not their accent. I don't even want to presume to do their accent, but they're probably saying those Americans aren't flying right. So if I don't get it right this time, I'm pretty sure they're going to give me my walking papers. So let's.
And we're disconnecting the tow.
Try not to get our walking papers. Okay? All right, let's go ahead. While they're outside monkeying around, let's go ahead and get our aircraft started up. You can see we got N2 rising. We got our fuel flow getting ready to become active. We're looking for 25% on the N2, of course. You know we don't quit. All right, let's disconnect that. 23 and 25. Let's introduce that fuel. I love doing turnarounds though because you don't have to initialize the IRS and do all the basic pre-cockpit, pre-flight stuff. So I'm not going to lie about that. Looking up top, wait for this to extinguish before we get number.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin
one
on the
going.
left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, where's he at? It says signal and pin on the left. I don't see the cat. Oh, okay, he's coming out there still. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get down on continuous now and start the other engine. There he goes. He's going to give us a little wave over there. We got number 1 coming up, or the left side engine. Take IR and above 10 Celsius. I don't even want to hear it. That thing is going to give me another error again. All right, let's get your side on legs since you guys are being first officers. And now we want to get ourselves back on initial ref. Trims are need to be at 4 again, so let's make that happen. Let's make sure all of our pumps and everything's are on. So we can most certainly get these on. While we're waiting, there we go. We heard the notable click. Continuous. Get our generators on. Let's get our packs on. APU bleed off, isolation valve closed, and APU off altogether. Let's go up top. Make sure we're not missing anything. Let's check our generators. Looking good on Gen 1 and Gen 2, of course. Nothing more to pay attention to. We don't have any fuel in the center tanks this time. Let's get those runway turn-off lights on and the taxi on, of course. And, of course, 2 flaps to 10. Everything else is set up on the MCP. And before I do my little quick call out here, oh, you know what we got to do, guys? We got to come down here and turn our transponder on. And then somewhere in the air, I'll file that new flight plan. I'm not doing it now. There's not even anybody around here, so I'm living on the edge here with this VATSIM stuff. We'll get that once we get in the air. We'll file the flight plan and go from that route. Hopefully we don't get yelled at for doing that. Probably will. Anyway, we're okay. We are okay because we got each other. You know what I mean? All right, airport. Where are we at? Okay, so we are essentially going to be taxiing on Bravo to Bravo 1. Xiamen traffic. Xiamen 318 pushback from gate 06. We'll be taxiing to Bravo, all the way to Bravo 1 for departure on runway 05, climbing unrestricted flight level 3600 in traffic. All right, folks, I'm happy about that call out. All right, runway turnoff, taxiers are on, flaps are set to 10, and they are right here set and indicating, folks. Let's get our rejected takeoff on, and let's release the parking brakes. Let's get up out of here. All right. Once again, welcome aboard. For those just joining, for those that have been on board, thank you. We are headed to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is on the mind. So these are probably the pull-out spots where the planes get requests to be pulled back on the ramp. And so this is where they are pulled out, and these are the numbers, I'm assuming. So if I would have got the pushback and had the tug pull me out, they probably would have given me this number here. Again, I don't necessarily fly a whole lot of these routes here. Let's see, we can pretty much take this down according to my chart and not have to get on Alpha. But at this point, I think we're going to join Alpha. Xiamen traffic, Xiamen 318 taxi into runway 05 over on Alpha to full length, climbing unrestricted flight level 360 on departure. Xiamen traffic. All right. Let's come over here to Alpha. I was looking a little sketch. Especially because when I was looking at my Navi graph, it was not exactly on the path, which it usually is. So that means the scenery and the Navi graph are slightly off. Not by much. I mean, it was just maybe on the screen a millimeter or so over, but yet it wasn't exactly on there. So whatever. We are most certainly going to be going for a...
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Yep, prepare them. We going strobes up now, baby. All right. Cabin is secure. Cabin is secure. Slow it down just a little bit here so I can reset the timer, which I never stop. Trying to get this quick turnaround. All right, guys, we're ready to go. Don't worry, we're going to get the LNAV on, as well as the auto throttles. Let's check final. Final looks clear. We'll do one more check. Xiamen traffic. Xiamen Airlines 318 departing runway 5. Xiamen traffic. All right, let's roll on over, folks. Flight directors are already on. Course headings are good. MCP is all set up. All right, I feel comfortable about that lineup. How about you guys? All right. Runway does have a little slope. Let's get to 40. We're over 40. Takeoff power is set. Here we go, guys. Leg number 2. Hong Kong, here we come.
knots.
80 knots cross check. We forgot the sterile cockpit, of course. She's lifting up already. You want to know why? We didn't even do our trims, so that's one thing we forgot. V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. We totally forgot to do the trims, folks. I'll trim her down now.
400.
She was trying to kiss the sky there for a second. That's why you do the. That's why you do your old checklist, which I didn't do. All right.
1,000.
Trim her down. All right, still hand flying here. All right, and we can go ahead and hit that autopilot. All right. So as you guys see, pitch trim is fundamental. We forgot to get it set to 4, even though we said we would. We didn't. Shame on us, but we handled it. We handled it. All right, let's get up on that speed. Aircraft's going to pitch down, of course. Going 250 under 10,000. And we'll go flaps up once we get indicated. Let's turn those taxi lights and runway turn-off lights off, of course. And guys, we're back up in the air again. Flaps up. Flaps are up and clean, of course, which they already were. Let's get the landing gear to the official off position. It is. And we are starting our right turn over this beautiful scenery here. Xiamen traffic. Xiamen Airways 318 is clear runway 5. Xiamen traffic. All right. I'm about to jump this flight plan in here in a second. But we are airborne after making our ever so quick stop. All right. Just making that left turn right over the water. We should be able to see the field here. If we continue making that turn. All right, there is the airport right here, where my little mouse is circling. That's where we took off. Basically, we just did a 180 on course, as you can see. All right, all right. Chat is looking good. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Let's bump these sounds up a little bit. Sounds I never took off. All right, all right. Another lesson, use the checklist. We did take off and forget to set our trims. Thank goodness it wasn't too ugly. All right, we can get our rejected takeoff back to the off position. And we can go to the standard altimeter now on both sides. Standard altimeter, and let's go to our standby. All right, 1013. Let's up that speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is still on. Please remain seated. When the captain does turn off the sign, feel free to stand up and stretch.
All right, folks.
However, we do ask while you're in your seat, please keep your
We are climbing. How's everybody doing? Thanks, guys, for hanging out on the stream. Like I said, we're going to get us a negative 250 or better on this landing. Hopefully, a greaser or at least butter. We'll see.
There are other alcoholic beverages for purchase. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our service on tonight's flight. If there's anything we can do to make them enjoyable, please don't hesitate to call upon us. Thank you.
All right, this flight is shortly. We've also forgot in the confusion to hit our timer. So add about 2 minutes to that, folks. That's why you need that first officer and somebody that uses a checklist every day, which wasn't me. So I'll do some push-ups for you guys afterward. I'll maybe do 50 push-ups for you guys. It's good for an old guy like me anyway. Got to keep that body moving so we stay alive. All right, checking in the stream, everybody. Thanks for staying along with us. We figured some stuff out together. Struggling together. I like it. I like it when we struggle together. I think the imperfections that we obviously illustrate on our streams make everything better. We're human. So I like it. All right. Nice. Beautiful scenery here. Good to be alive. Literally and virtually. Literally and virtually. Alright, as she continues to climb, we'll let her handle that. Once we get up to altitude again, we're going to throw it in the VNav. Let's check out our legs page here just to see exactly what the aircraft is thinking about doing. Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's see, Tango Delta, we're supposed to be at 7378. So here in a second, we're going to double check that arrival into the Hong Kong area, which is that Abbey 2. So I'm going to pull up the charts now, folks. And let me fix my left ear there. And let me see me go back. There's more than one Abbey. It is okay, Abbey 2 Bravo. let's look at this together, folks. Let's get us a different view here. Let's pause Triacar. See what's going on out the window. All right. So, Abby 2 Bravo. 2 Bravo. Runways 25 left and right. And at TD, let's see, Musel at flight level or 13,000, well, flight level to them because that's above their transition altitude. And at 280, let's double check that out. Musel 280, 13. Okay, 280 at 13, so that's good. Tamara's got us at 10 and TD at 7.3. 7.8, so that is going to work from us. Let's look at our cruising. It wants to cruise 0.773 Mach, which is cool with me as well. So I like it. Once we get up to cruising altitude, we will most certainly go ahead and tap that in there. Let me check the winds now. All right. Nice. Just says clouds and visibility are okay. Okay. But the winds, as you can see here, are basically out of the east. And it's got us landing pretty much west. North, 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 east. So I believe it's time for a modification. Otherwise, we're gonna get those winds pushing us. Let's see, and this is design 1G, still for the 2.5s, but we essentially trying to look at one of these. Which one of these is my airport? Info. Here we go. Maybe this one. Okay. So doesn't really matter which runway we land on. Everything is smack dab in the middle. So that's I kind of like that. So because those winds are, I don't know that we can do any of these. Abby 2.5. Those are all for the 2.5s. 2.5 left. What do we got here? Okay, 0.7 left and right. Abby, so we're gonna have to switch it to this. So we're gonna switch over to the Abby. This is the Abby. It's like 3 Alpha. Which one do we select? Abby 3 Alpha RNAV. All right. 3. That's what we're doing. Abby 3 Alpha, because the winds are telling us they're not out of the west. So now we got to get that heading all squared up. All right. So we got the heading all squared away. Now essentially what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put this in the heading selector really quick. And we need to switch it up to the Abby 3A. Departure arrival. Abby 3A. Execute. Let's go legs. Okay, essentially I think we got it switched over to the Abby 3A. So essentially now we're going to come back up and put it right back into the LNAV. And then she'll continue right on course. So we did make that switch. Limes should be the last point. and limes it is at 5,300. So guys, it's a good thing that we checked those winds fairly quick, so that I should have checked it as I was inputting the information, which I didn't. But essentially that changes our arrival. Now, because I am a rule breaker, let us actually put this flight plan in for VATSIM, of course, so that we don't get yelled at if they were to come on and say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, don't tell anybody I'm doing this either. Don't be snitches. Snitches get, well, you know. Anyway, just joking. Just joking. Let's see here. Let's copy that in. Paste it. And then we're going to make our own change here because we are doing the Abby 3A. I believe, what's the name of it? Alright, and we're going from ZSAM to, believe it's VHHH. Let me double check that. So many letters, so many times, so little time. Yep, VH and VMMC, which is another field not that far off. Our departure time, well guys, we'll say we departed, 10 minutes ago, which made that our departure time, we'll say, was 0310. Flying time for this one is 1 hour and 1 minute for whatever reason. Fuel available is about 3 hours of fuel on the board, and we're climbing at flight level 320. I believe everything looks good. Good enough for me. File that flight plan. Plan has been submitted. Again, I won't tell anybody if you won't. We'll stay at 260 on the climb. We got a little bit more flying here. All right, all right. Not much to go till we are at our cruising altitude of flight level 320, 32,000 feet. We got a little bit of a wind hitting us off of our right nose. So that wind is essentially coming from this direction, as you can see here. So if you orientate, if you ever want to look at the winds for novice folks, just look at the heading of the wind. It says 269, so we can just assume 270. So essentially the wind is coming in this way, okay, blowing this way. So the aircraft definitely has to make adjustments for that, and its autopilot self. All right, all right. Anybody anything good for Sunday dinner today? What you guys eating? I'm hungry. I do intermittent fasting here in California. It is 7:20 p.m. And actually, you know what? I broke my fast earlier. I was getting a slight headache, so I ate a bowl of cereal. But I'm looking for some good dinner. All right, coming up on that cruising altitude, of course. All right, all right. Everything is looking good. Chat is calm and quiet. Again, thanks for riding along here on this Xiamen Airlines Flight 318 full service, initiating on our origin from Taipei, Taiwan. We flew into Xiamen, China. Landing rate of -3 something, hard landing, but yet we lived to walk away from it. Takeoff wasn't that great because our trims weren't set where they were supposed to be, but yet we didn't have a tail strike. So that's good. Just gave the passengers a little wake-up call. Shame on us. In the meantime, let's keep it rolling. All right. We will be doing a replay on the next landing. That way, if the aircraft decides to mess up, then it can mess up and we'll have our landing replay. I didn't do the landing replay at Xiamen for fear of flight sim issues, meaning the aircraft sometimes crashes. When I'm done with the replay, you hit unpause and it'll crash right into the gate, and then you don't have anything. So we didn't want that. let's go ahead and up our range here on our MFD. You can see we've got a little bit of cruise here this time. Now we can go ahead and put the aircraft into the VNAV. It will pick up speed. That's the only thing it's going to pick up because we already have achieved our target altitude of flight level 320. So let's look at what our approach looks like, guys. Alright, so again, we chose the Abby 3 Alpha. Abby, Tamar, Tiny Dog. I don't know if you guys ever watched Secret Life of Pets, but Tiny Dog, TD, to Guava, to Soke, to Lime. So now we can go ahead and check what our approach would look like. So just come over here, gonna pick approaches. I don't know, 7 left or right. We're gonna come around and we'll try perhaps 7 left. And runway 7, it looks like there is no... Let's check these approaches really quick. Okay, there is ILS for 7 left, so let's find that. Okay, from Abby to B. Okay, I see what it's doing. Let's see. Other approaches. Oh, because I haven't updated it. That's why it's giving me this. So other approaches for ILS 7 left. And we're going to pick from Limes. So that ought to be a really nice approach. And we'll show the labels. So there's Limes. We come around here from Limes and boom, straight in. So once we get all situated and start putting in the approach, it should be pretty simple, folks. Now, let's see where we shall be landing. Let's take a look really quick here. Make sure the aircraft is doing everything that we need it to do. It is. So let's pop that back up really quick and take a look at the taxi chart. Alright, so we said 7 left. Let me see if it gives me parking stands. Okay, here we go. I don't know exactly where this aircraft lands at, but I do know this is the passenger terminal. So I'm thinking we just make it simple. One of these, Whiskey 71 or Whiskey 6. So we'll come right here on this upside down Y, if you will, and we'll land on the right extension as we're looking at it upside down, or left as we're looking at somewhere over here. Anybody else want to park anywhere different? Let me know. We'll make the change. It's too easy. It's a beautiful thing about being a captain of this ship. We make the choices. Alright. About 17 minutes in the air so far, folks. Not doing bad at all. Muted the mic there for a cough. Let's get a sip. Some hydration here. Alright, alright. Let's go down here. Not down here, but down here. Let's double check our progress page. Top of descent, 85 nautical miles. That's nothing. Estimated fuel, once we land, 9,300 pounds, which is 300 pounds over what we calculated for our reserve. We don't want to go into that. So, back here. So we can actually do this. So we are going to choose 7 left. The winds as it stands right now, we didn't do this last flight, and I normally don't do this, but we got a little time on our hands before we start descending. Again, winds, our speed is 5 from wind direction 100 and speed is 18. So if I remember correctly, we are going to do 118 knots. They're not gusting, which is the good thing. Outside temperature there is 25 Celsius. QNH there is 1016. And VREF add 8. But on our VREF, we're going to be adding 18, essentially. Or it's telling us to add 8. I wonder if that even switched off. I don't think so. And this is at a flaps 40 landing. Even though I don't want to do flaps 40 landing, let's see what we'll do. We will do a flaps 30 on this one, guys. We're going to be coming in hot because of those winds at 18 knots. I don't want to do a flap 40. Perhaps we'll do flap 30. Yeah, because it's going to get super floaty at 40 for sure because of those winds. So I'm thinking we'll do a flaps 30. Runway's long enough. All right, runway flaps 30. VREF add 8. And let's see what our landing weight is going to be. It just gives us our center of gravity. We don't know what the landing weight's going to be. But anyway, we put that in. Killing time. How we looking? Not too bad. All right, so now what we want to do is set the MCP target altitude for our arrival. Again, we're on that Abbey 3, guys. Abbey 3, and really there is no specific see, Limes 13, 14. Let's look at the approach. So essentially at Limes, we need to be pretty doggone low. Let me show you why. So at Limes, we're here. This leg looks like it's only 7 nautical miles and then 3.8 nautical miles. Then we need to be 1700 here. So Limes, I believe I'm going to set for 4,000 if it's not, which I think it was. Let's check it out. Okay, it's at 5,000 at 230. We're going to make some changes to that, guys. We're going to make it 210, and we're going to make it at 4,000. That's how we roll. Tell all your friends. That's how we roll. Anyway, just joking with you guys. So you can see here we got about 32 plus 20, 52 minus 2, 48. About 51 or so nautical miles aggregated until we start our descent. Let's see what this says. 54. Okay, so I was off. 51, 54. I was off slightly. All right. Hope everybody's still doing good out there. We are still rolling on course, of course. Headed to our final leg today, or completing our final leg on over to Hong Kong, China. In the house, here we come. Say what's up. Never flown into Hong Kong, China, but we're doing it now. I did do some flying years ago when I wasn't as informed, I should say, of flying in anywhere else other than the United States. I did okay. I was only on VATSIM. I had not taken any pilot edge tests or anything like that yet. So I made quite the large amount of errors. There was ATC. Sometimes I flew and they would correct me. For example, United States, push and start is at our discretion. Obviously, in the real world, you would use ramp control. So you would always be talking to somebody. Even the ground services, you would have a good line of communication with them. And then so start and push is at your discretion. And of course, they want the transponder on mode Charlie or squawking as soon as you're taxiing. Europe, other countries, other regions of the world, abroad from the United States, they do it differently. You have to ask for push and start. They don't want you to turn your transponder on until you enter the runway. Transition altitudes are a little bit different. So things are the same but different. Are they hard to learn and adapt to? Absolutely not. Again, that's where you, as a pilot, especially if you're flying abroad, you cannot be a one-trick pony. You got to have a few different tricks in your toolbox. Again, analogy for life, you never want to be a one-trick pony. You want to have lots of tools in your toolbox. Now, since we do have a lot of time, getting back on my soapbox here, look guys, again, I'm calling myself the motivated sim pilot for a reason. You know, my wife's always like, you're always high energy, you're always happy, you're always go lucky, you know, gregarious, which true, but not true. I still struggle with everything everyone else struggles with, you know. But I find that, you know, you want to exude who you want to be. You want to exude where you want to be. In other words, your vision, right? The vision of who you are, who you want to become, the things that you want to achieve. Having said that, the only way to do that is to have your actions transcend your words after you've done some introspection, evaluating where you're at in life, how you got there, and are you comfortable being there. And a lot of that has to do with your own personal goals, and then how we achieve those goals starts with a solid foundation, which includes surrounding yourself with folks that are going in your same direction. Okay, you have to surround yourself in an environment that is a catalyst for you to do well, not an environment where it's going to detract from your forward progress. I don't know anybody that would want to be on a track that would lead you on the wrong side of the railroad tracks. I would say that would be a mindset thing and really reevaluating your goals, especially if you have kids. So I'm not even going to talk about how to get to the other side of the track, because life in general, if you ignore things in life, if you procrastinate, and if you don't let your actions transcend the words, naturally you will be back on the other side of the tracks, or the wrong side of the tracks. Okay, again, I can only stress, don't just speak about it, be about it in life. And as you be about it, of course, or practice what you preach, make sure that you're not trying to run when you should be crawling or walking. Okay, I always tell folks, in the military, when I was in the Army, I got basically directed to be the remedial physical fitness trainer. All I wanted to do was be a sergeant, take care of my troops with no extra duties. But then I got this tasking of training folks who would fail their PT tests in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which, if you know anything about the elevation there, the Olympic Training Center is there for a simple reason that you train there above mile altitude. That's why I call Denver the Mile High City. Colorado Springs is even higher. It's like 6,000 something feet elevation. Anyway, I learned from myself really quick that I could help others by letting others or directing others to look in the mirror and figure out what you really want to do. I was able to get at 100% PT pass rate. I was doing the program for about a year, but everybody passed the rate because they figured out, number one, old Sarge is going to do it with you. I'm going to run up the hill with you. I'm going to run down the hill with you. We're going to do it together, and we're not going to quit. Number two, I told them, hey, look, you're going to get off the program for one of two reasons, and I hope it's number one, because you want to get off, because you have the drive. The number two reason was you don't like hanging out with me. All right? And as much as I liked hanging out with them, I would prefer nobody failed their PT test, because I could have had my time to myself. Long story short, guys, be about it, not speak about it. Okay? That PT program also made me be about it, because I didn't really want to go out there and run in 10-degree weather up hills. I could sit on the tarmac or the grinder, the PT grinder, wherever we formed up for PT, and cry about it and take us into a gym, because I was in charge. But you know what? that wouldn't have got them to pass the PT test. So I myself too was doing PT with them, obviously leading from the front by example and being about it. So the message for this leg of flight, other than make sure you do the checklist and don't mess up your pitch on takeoff, would be about it. Don't just speak about it. Speaking about it is important in your planning phase, but if you're not being about it, then what are you really even talking about? Okay, so let's see. We got okay, let's reset the altitude. So we got top of descent coming up. Anyway, I hope that's going to help somebody in life. Not saying that I'm a great mentor, but through empirical knowledge, I've learned a few tricks of life, and one of them is to take it head on. And so I encourage everybody to do just that. Again, getting back to our early philosophy from leg one, treat others kindly, and always plan to win, not to fail. And if you don't plan at all, you are planning to fail by default. As you can see here, guys, we are getting ready to start our descent into the Hong Kong area. I'm super hungry right now, so I am very excited to get into Hong Kong and apparently virtually get off in Hong Kong and eat some good food. Our descent has started, folks. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Okay, the ILS runway 7 left is the QNH, or I'm sorry, not the QNH, the localizer is 111.10 with an approach course of 74. So let's get that in the MCP first, and of course the aircraft needs a little bit of help slowing down, so let's get that going on. And I'm just simply going to square up the heading for the autopilot right now. I'm not going to do it for our final approach course until we need to. So you see the little assistance that we gave the plane to slow down is working out. How's everybody else doing out there? Thank you, honey, for saying great advice. I know you hear it all the time. I do a lot of motivational speaking. Again, my wife and I own a company where we do social media, motivational speaking. I'm also the number 2 on my good partner, business partners company. It's called 911 Academy. We teach people basically how to defend themselves, how to use a firearm, how to make everybody in your family a first responder, from the littlest one who knows how to speak. We teach them in their own right what to do. We are also working with police departments to give them some firearms training and all that good stuff. I don't like to talk about my business too much. This is my platform here to let loose and fly with you guys. But if you guys are ever interested, feel free to give me some questions. You can go to my websites and figure out what I do for work. Other than that, when I'm on the streams, I'm just simply a flight sim enthusiast, and I will be willing to share a little bit more if you guys are curious. And if not, then we just keep it all flight sim, baby. All right, aircraft's doing a great job of maintaining the speed. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to be brave here, and we're going to go ahead and put the arrival runway in now. So let's select that heading, of course, come down here, departure and arrival, and we're doing ILS 7 left. And from Limes, of course, let's execute that. Go back to our legs. All right, TD, Guava, Soki, and then Limes. Limes is obviously going to be our missed approach. So now we can come right back up top and click it right back into the LNAV. And then, of course, we can come down here and put our 11110. You guys remember last flight? Oh, haha. It's got to be ILS, guys. 11110. Fool me once, shame on me. We can simply do this too. 11110. Boom. There we go. ILS is all programmed in there. We got 74, and we'll get 74 on the heading once we get to that point. Right now, guys, we're doing great. All right, let's go ahead and help that aircraft out again. Meantime, let's get this Q&H going. Q&H for Hong Kong, China. 1016. Let's put it in a standby. Q&H 1016. It's in. Slide over to your side. Standby. We need 1016. Booyah. Winds are at 18 knots. I'm not looking forward to that. But we're going to do it together. Alright. Speed brakes back arm. Let's look at the runway length on 7 left. Again, thanks everybody for flying along with me today. I always appreciate your time. Never take you for granted, of course. Runway length on 7 left. Oh my goodness. 12,467 feet for both parallel runways. I like it. We're going to just do auto brake 2 again. And then after this flight, I don't know where we're going, but I can assure you one thing. We will most certainly be heading in the Europe direction. I don't think I'm going to do the Philippines or anything like that. We might do a long hauler. In that case, we'll have some onboard entertainment. Now, what I might do, fly another flight offline. Maybe let's say like in the United States. I'll use that for your guys' entertainment, but you won't have seen that flight before. So on our long haul, that'll essentially be your... Maybe we'll do like a 747 or something like that. We'll get a nice long haul going on there with some entertainment to keep you guys entertained. And go from there. Now, just to let you guys know, okay? Because I always like to keep you guys in the know. The transition altitude in China is 9,000 feet. So, see if it's got any transition altitude information here. ILS. Direct. Let's go to our let's go back to the FMC. We don't want that. Let's go to the index. Go to our perf. Okay, now the transition altitude is going to be 9,000 feet. Now our transition altitude is 9,000 feet, so we'll get a nice little reminder on the MCP. If we don't do that correctly, we should be at about 280. We're a little bit above speed, but I'm okay with that. All right. Hong Kong traffic. Xiamen Airways 318 is currently direct Abbey, 5.2 nautical miles, descending on the Abbey 3 Alpha arrival at flight level 172, descending via the SID or via the Star for Hong Kong traffic. I anticipate some people in Hong Kong may be there, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't checked out the VATSIM scope because I've been chit-chatting with you folks. And absolutely not. There is absolutely no one. The only arrival is us. I'm sorry. There's 9 arrivals, but I don't see anybody. There's 2 folks at the field. This person is also heading past me, and this person up here, let's see where he's going. He's going, but he's way behind us. He's in a A330, 300 it looks like. Alright, so keeping it honest. Now, there is no reason for a hard landing. Let's do this together. Let's get this thing greased. Por favor, ayúdame Dios. Por favor. Alright, enough begging. How's everybody doing out there? You guys enjoying the stream? I'm enjoying you guys hanging out with me. We made some mistakes together at my hands. But that's what it's all about. Getting a little bit of chop here. As you can see, that wing is dancing up. Now that one is not my fault, folks. Blame the air. All that high and low pressure, hot and cold air. Anyway, this is pretty slick little arrival here. I things are going well. I'm enjoying flying this 737. My last stream that I did in the Zibo 737-800 went horribly wrong. Let me see, where were we landing in? I think we were landing in I don't remember where we're landing in. You guys checked it out though. It's one of my 2-3 streams ago, and on final the flaps didn't want to work, so we had a very tumultuous landing. The landing after that, I believe I flew in to Nagasaki from wherever I flew from. I believe it was from oh, don't give me the line. Anyway, we flew an ERJ. We kind of bounced it. Landing was okay, but we bounced it, so I wasn't happy with that. Then we had an awesome landing in the Boeing 757 Foxtrot for the freight. That landing was okay in my books. And then, of course, the last landing we just had today wasn't so hot, but at least it was a doable landing. It was a realistic landing. It was okay. So hopefully we get a little bit of a better landing here. No excuses. None will be made. None will be had, folks. It is what it is. As long as I don't crash us, I'm okay with that. Or break the landing gear, which is, worse than negative 600 feet per minute. Whatever. So hopefully these winds treat us kindly. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. And we are on approach, or descent, I should say, into the Hong Kong area. Pretty soon, once we make our turn, we should start getting some visual of the field. Let's see. If we were to try to peek at it now, it's still way too far, but where it's going to be is somewhere off in the distance, way over there. No need to even try to look at it right now. Alright, cruising right along. And as you can see, our next waypoint at Tamar should be right at 13,000 feet at 280 or 240. So apparently we're going to slow down right where it's got this TD. I'm assuming that's where the aircraft should want to slow down. I don't know why it's still at 280. Should get a decel coming up here shortly. 240, but she's steadily at 280. So we'll see what we get going on here. If we slow down, if not, we'll slow ourselves down. All right. Here we go. We will be landing soon. You know what? I also have a GoPro view set up for you guys right here. Let's take a look at that, and you can see the aircraft definitely teetering a little bit. Ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. All right, folks. Let's go down and make sure all of our landing information was put in our initial ref. 111.10. Heading 74, and what do you guys think? Flaps 30 or flaps 40? Oh, thank you for saying that, Leo. I appreciate you for saying that, brother. My pleasure. One of those things in life. Again, I joined the Army. I actually joined the Army when I was a junior in high school. I was 17 years old. I knew that I needed to either go to college or go in the military. College didn't look like it was right away for me, so I went right in the military. I did get some college education while I was in, and then finished up another degree when I got out, a business degree. So thank you for saying that. Again, this is one thing that I talk about with our youth, about the police force and the military, things that have structure. Look, guys, here's the problem. As you can see, I'm like a triple minority. I'm a mixed person. All right, you can see that. I've pretty much been misconstrued as every other different race. I'm many races, obviously. I'm a mix. And so I am a minority. Let's get that out there. Now, let me say this to all my minority youth, young folks, working age folks. do not close off your opportunities in life because you don't want to be told what to do. You don't want anybody yelling at you, whatever the case may be. Look, you have to take life, okay, glass half full. The empty part of the glass is everything that you can achieve, that you can do, which is limitless. You are your worst enemy. You are your best friend. You should be your biggest supporter, okay? And you have to find your center. I found mine, God's number one, family, then the rest, okay? I'm so glad I joined the military because I didn't close off that opportunity to myself or my family. And now, I'm so glad I did join the military and serve my time and get discharged honorably because my daughters go to school in California, any state college university for free. You know, I have 2 college-age daughters now. One is going to be joining the Air Force and one is using the college fee waiver here in California because of my service. So I say that to say, when you make a good decision, right? We hope all of our decisions are good, but when you make a good decision, the benefit may be short-term, but the benefit may also be long-term. In my case, my decision to join the military was a short-term benefit that turned into be a very long-term benefit. Again, do not close any opportunities in life until you have evaluated it. You know, I tell people, start putting closed doors in front of you, then open them. And then don't close those doors until you have evaluated or ruled out that opportunity, if it's good for you or not. That's my other soapbox. Again, I can't help it. You know, all I want to do is just share information, and I hope you guys will share information as well with me. It's reciprocal, right? Learning and growing is reciprocal when you're sharing information. So let's be reciprocal and do the same for each other. Okay, landing lights are on, and we'll get the rest of the lights on. Don't know what happened there, but you guys can see as we bounce, we're almost there, guys. Almost there. Okay, we're almost there. All right, Chief Sim permit. I land flaps 30 and less short runway. Gotcha. We doing flaps 30, baby. Chief Sim pilot says flaps 30. Flaps 30 it is. Let's go ahead and throw that in there, guys. Booyah. Flaps 30. Unless it's short runway, so I'm taking, because you do some great landings, brother. So I'm going to be a flaps 30 guy today. We're doing this together, guys. Let's bounce our heads. All right, we're downwind. We're downwind right now. We are downwind, folks. So the field is right there. We caught it. There she blow. There she blow. All right, folks. We're not playing around. All right, we have our brake set to 2. Our speed brake is armed. Let me take over the speed now. You guys know me. I like to get greedy with the speed, and I like to take it over. There we go. All right. We said we wanted to be 4,000 at Limes. And so we shall be. All right. Let's go ahead and you guys can see I got them brakes out. She's still teetering a little bit. Let's bleed some speed. And of course, doing all the talking, we got sidetracked. Altimeters are in the standard 1016. All right. Let's come over here and do the same. Sorry, plane is bouncing around, which means my track IR is bouncing around as well. Booyah! As we get closer down here, we'll do a speed check, flaps 1. Now we're close enough where I feel comfortable about getting our heading onto that 74 heading. All right, folks. We're doing it. We are doing it. All right, let's come down here and check our next points. Okay, we got Limes 3000. We got Tonic at above 2000. And then on and so forth. So, okay, should be at 2000 or above at Tonic. I think we're good there. We'll make that turn and see if we need to adjust. Let's extinguish or get rid of our trusty dusty spoilers. All right. Oh yes, Leonardo, for sure. Thank you, brother. Hey, look, you guys all motivate me, man. You guys, you know, like I said, it's together. You know, it's not an age thing. It's not me better than you thing, you better than me thing. It's this thing that we call group think. When I teach people firearms training and how to shoot and how to use combatives and all that good stuff along with my business partners, it's all about group think. Okay, when we teach our active shooter classes, if only one person in the classroom or one person in the club or one person in the mall knows how to respond, what good is that? We all need to know how to respond, and that's why we practice group think in our business model. And I practice that in life. You know, my kids are teaching me stuff all the time. You know, I say as I'm getting older, it seems like I'm getting dumber because I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that. You know, I got a 5-year-old telling me stuff. Daddy, did you know this? I got a 4-year-old telling me stuff. And they're geniuses. Of course, because they're Sanchez's. But anyway, no, I'm just messing around. Yeah. You know, we're about to step the speed back to 190 once we get to Lime, folks. Let's go ahead and get this landing. Thank you guys again for staying on board this Xiamen Air Flight 318. Origin was Taipei, Taiwan into Xiamen. Or Xiamen, I don't know, Xiamen. And now into the Hong to the Kong, baby. First time ever landing here. So I'm glad I have you fine folks to do it with me on board. All right, folks. Didn't do any checklists today. I'll do checklist again the next day. I just wanted to hurry up and get this flight rolling. Okay. Aircraft is still descending. All right, folks. Let's pick it up a little bit of speed. Let's give a little help out. Let's bleed that speed. All right, spoilers down. Let's see what that did. All right, we might need to come back out again with them. Baby step it down. Past Limes. Let's go ahead and bump that 190. All right, 190 set in the MCP. We got that on speed check, flaps 1. All right. 1,000 to go, baby, until we are down. And now we can just slow our descent down. That way we don't need. Let's see. There we go. Take those spoilers off. Now what I did is I slowed the descent down. You can see the ILS information coming alive here. But I essentially slowed the descent down so that we don't have to fight with the aircraft to keep its speed. All right. Let's go ahead and slow her down slightly more. Let's go ahead and I do like this angle of approach. You guys remember the last leg? I didn't want to hit that approach button because it was not at the right angle. I like this one. We can go ahead and activate that localizer now. All right, localizer is activated. We have no discrepancies here in the setting, so I like it. And we're already speed check flaps 1. And we'll go speed check flaps 5. Or flaps 2, I should say. Corrected myself. Now we'll go to 5. That's what I wanted. Keep us honest there on that speed. All right, there are the runways. What do you guys think? Let's handle it. All right, folks. It's going to be a short final. Xiamen traffic. Xiamen, as you were, Hong Kong traffic, Xiamen Airways flight 318 will be short final, runway 7 left for Xiamen traffic. All right, we're going to take a visual from here, guys. All right, folks. All right, landing gear is coming down. All right, folks. Landing gear is down, 3 green. We got one more stage of flaps, and then we're doing it. All right, folks. Here we go. We're a little bit low, so we'll keep our nose up for a little bit. Flaps are to 30. All right, folks. Let's get that. We're a little bit under VREF. Not good. You can see my mouse is acting up again. There we go. Smoothed out. She's floaty. All right, folks. I'm not even going to mess with my flight controls. All right. Just doing the visual thing here, folks. Flaps are down, speed brakes are arm, auto brake is to 2. Nothing to do it but to do it. Still says we're high. It's okay. Glide slope is on the move.
1,000.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Shut up, glide slope. We're going to inhibit you. All right. You guys see that nose? Super floaty. But we're super low. Which is all my fault. Right at VREF. I see we got somebody there. All right, we're almost where we need to be, folks. Pulling back on that speed a little bit. I thought I turned him off.
Light slow.
Hong Kong traffic, cleared in 301, holding short at 307 left.
Light slow.
He shut himself up this time.
500.
We don't care about no stinking glide slope here. A nosotros no nos importa. All right, here we go, baby.
100.
All right, folks.
300.
Ignore the glide slope call out.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
200.
Light slow.
Don't mind me, folks. Looks like we got an Airbus there.
Light slow.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hard landing again. I don't care. There goes my track R. I'm messing up. All right, reversers are on. I mean, something's got to be off. There couldn't have been. I don't think. Whatever. We'll take it. We will take it. Something's off with the Zebo. There's no way that was a hard landing, folks. There is no way. There's no way. No way. No way. Anyway, I mean, we floated it a little bit, but I was trying to make sure we greased it. Anyway, All right, let's slow it up here. There we go. Let's get this traffic notified. Hong Kong traffic. Xiamen Airways 318 is clear. Runway 7 left. All right, we did make our announcement. Let's set that parking brake really quick. Kind of flustered me there. Let's get the landing and turn-offs off. Let's start the APU. Hey guys, look, we're about to watch the replay. I definitely enjoy you guys and thank you guys for joining us here on this flight.
Captain Philippine 301 taking off runway 07 left.
Have a good flight, Captain. All right. He's taking off. Let's go ahead and taxi in. Airplane is cleaned up. Now we can assume here in Asia that they want our transponder off. So I got the transponder off. Alright guys, lights on X-plane are inaccurate. There you go. Let us see. So welcome in. Alright, APU is on, which is a good thing. Let me get my runway chart up. Hey guys, thanks for flying along as always. And we are almost exactly where we need to be, believe it or not. We said we were gonna park at the Y, and that's exactly what we're doing. So welcome it in to Hong Kong, China. Let's figure out the best approach. Beautiful scenery here. I mean, this is not any updated scenery. This is the X-plane scenery, but I mean, this is a beautiful airport with lots of mountains around here. It's gorgeous. All right. We're just going to ease right in and then hit this replay. Hit this little corner gate, which is fine with me. Yes, we made it. Let's get this replay going. Slow our approach up slightly. All right. Slow our approach up. Let's get ourselves a lookout since we don't have anybody out there guiding us in. But we were right on the line, which is a good thing. All right, let's go up a little bit. We can line ourselves up, but it is hard to see the tip of the nose where you're supposed to stop. All right. Parking brake is set. Transponder's off. Let's get the taxi light off. Let's also connect the APU. And before we shut everything down, let's get our anti-collision light off. APU's done. Let's get the packs off, of course. Let's get that APU bleed on. And I always like to close the isolation, open it just for simplicity. And let's go ahead and get that replay bumping. Replay time, a replay time. Here we go, one time. Don't mind me. Just doing a little bit of ropping there. All right. Waiting for the best view of the replay, and then we'll share that with you guys and see how we did. Of course, I got to get my wife's replays in there. I always forget to disconnect from the VATSIM network. All right. Let's take a look-see. Let me bring you guys back in for the fun. Here we are, mysteriously and magically. All right, we got a little pole blocking us, but it shouldn't be for long. Now let's look at this -3. I think this was even a worse landing than Xiamen. And you know, practice makes perfect, so I'll probably have to get in and do some more practice. we did float it a little bit. Nose up. Okay, we floated it slightly right there. Easy, easy. Okay. Maybe I did tanker at the end. Maybe I did deserve that. Either way, still a decent landing. I'm happy with it. Reversers out. Center line. Who knows? Maybe Xiamen Air won't be bringing me back as a practice pilot. But for their sake, they should in this COVID environment. Because I'm willing to travel. Alright, so she touched down there nicely. Now what I must do, wonderful folks, I need to go back and do the view my wife loves. Alright, so let's bring her in. Honey, here's your view. And let's see it from that way. Kind of loud out here. This is for you, honey. Well, it is what it is. There we go. Alright folks, as usual, you know how I like to ride out. I like to ride out by saying thank you to each and every one of you. If you like the stream, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and comment and stay tuned for more flights. Of course, next flight we'll start it up right here from Hong Kong, China, and we'll figure out where we're going. Trust me, landings will be more butter than they were today. But even if not, I'll take this landing. It's great. It's within range. People are still alive. I'm still alive. You're still alive. You know, and God is great all the time, so we get a chance to do it again, God willing. So God bless everybody. Thank you for watching the stream. Of course, we're just going to simply ride out to coasting in, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. Take care. God bless. Leo, Chief Sim Pilot, everybody, my family and wife, everybody, blessings to you, Leo. Blessings to you, Chief Sim Pilot. Everybody that joined the stream, Flight Simulator 42 or 4723, everyone else watching, if I don't know you, I'm saying thank you, honey, thank you for the support. We will see you soon for sure.
Thank you.